be right now.
No, no, wait just 1 sec.
Well, I'll turn the mic off.
Yeah.
We're up on audio, guys.
Mark, we're trying to get a hold of you in there.
Where?
I need a commercial sheet. I'll grab 'em.
Flex it in.
You didn't get your major radio yesterday.
Oh, you owe one?
I don't owe anything, just don't pay for it, is what I'm saying to you. You didn't get
No,
it.
we'll just run it. Just run it. Whenever you can fit it in, just do
Well,
it.
that's a really hard thing.
Well, because he fires them off. I mean, you can't. Hard is redoing it. It's next to impossible. Okay. Check this out, Brian.
What's up?
I got a spot after the show. We'll spend a few minutes together, but
Okay.
we're doing this with all kinds of people.
Okay, cool.
So basically, it's traffic. What that means is when you tune into 850 KOA or an FM station at the top of the hour or bottom of the
even
hour.
non-iHeart.
Well, definitely not iHeart.
Okay.
Virtually every station, anywhere, period. I mean, it just doesn't matter. These particular ones are North and then Denver Metro.
Okay.
So
Your auction closes today, is that why you're
Yes.
on like you usually?
here's how
Today
it
at
goes.
1 o'clock,
yep.
It basically goes like this.
Okay.
This traffic report brought to you by the referral list, the original list. Then they actually, I-25's backed up, blah, blah, blah. They actually do the
Listen, I have
traffic.
to make sure
Then
Cracker
it comes
Jack.
back with
Oh,
a
never mind.
10 or 15
I want to make sure
second
these good
commercial.
nights get on
That 10 or
on the third,
15
so I can
second
go.
commercial would be Tom talking about you guys, and it would be the call to action on exactly what we talked about on the phone. In fact, he did one. I don't know if he finished it, but we'll
I
listen to
finished
it.
it, it's in your folder.
Perfect. So when the show's over, you can listen to it. But it's him basically saying new drivers are scary. If you have a new driver, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, cool.
So, look, here's what's remarkable about this product. This is how many people you have. This is why we're doing it. We're running the same campaign with a ton of people. In Denver,
Now, we're doing
we
some
would hit
generic.
250,000 people.
Wow.
250,000 people, each would hear it at least twice.
Okay.
Okay, and then Fort Collins, Greeley, of course, much smaller area, but
Yeah.
22,000.
Okay.
But these are staggering numbers.
Yep.
So, yeah, 509,000 impressions, $263,000. What we're doing is we're splitting these with the members. So if we did this schedule, the dates would be different. It would have to be after this, because this one literally runs in. After there, whenever it starts, you would hit 250,000 impressions, we would hit 250. You would hit 125 individuals, and we would hit that. Because half the spots would be all referral lists, half would be you guys.
Would be the thing you're talking about.
Yeah, you'll hear it downstairs. And basically, I'd split that with you.
Okay.
So we would just split that down, and this would be 6 weeks.
Okay.
And so you're $9,000. But what we do is we run hot 1 week,
Well,
off,
so now we're getting
hot, off. So it's a 6-week campaign with
some different pieces.
3 live weeks.
I love the idea of running it
We're still gonna do the auctions and
traffic or whatever, where people are listening.
Well, they are. That's why we're doing this for referral
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find.
So
we're spending our money
do
in the
what we
same
used to
place.
do.
Right.
Literally,
That
right.
is that recommendation
Okay,
for the
cool.
customers.
So, but I'm filling these up quick. I've already filled 4 or
Guys,
5.
we're on. Be quiet.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by SimplyFloorsInc.com, SimplyFloorsInc.com. That means you can get floors next to wholesale. I'm serious. This guy will beat the big boxes and the big mills. I'm a consumer advocate. We help people. That's what we do each and every day. The unique part of my show, and I'm very serious about this, and I urge you to call about each and every sponsor you hear on the show. The content of the show is basically seamless with advertising, meaning that we talk about the things we advertise. You're not going to hear us talk about soft drinks or something like that. If we talk about, construction, we'll no doubt have commercials relating to construction. If we talk about home improvements, whatever we talk about, we do. So we take our sponsors, we qualify them, and make them part of our expert team to help out you. And you'll see how it works. I call it a seamless integration of sales and service. So when people advertise, they also have to help as part of the effort. They have to pre-qualify and then help. Then we get them to help you as our experts. We're going to give very specific examples. We have a senior advocate today who is literally taking her time to help one of our senior citizens that we found.
She is incredible.
Yeah, so we use our panel of experts. And, of course, I love talking about them like Simply Floors Inc., Buddy Mitchell. Now, Buddy Mitchell is an independent floor covering place, but he has the same buying power as all of them, all the big guys. Why? Because he's in a buying group. But then what he does is he makes less money. That's all it is. He makes less money, less profit, passes it on to consumers and his workers as well, by the way. And it works for him. SimplyFloorsInc.com, all the major floor coverings at 30 to 40 to 50% savings, almost always 20% or more. Simply Floors Inc. If you want to drop by a showroom before or after you make your appointment at Simply Floors Inc., you can. It's at 52nd and Ward, southwest corner. Welcome. I'm Tom Martino. And we have 2 sponsors in today, Courtney Pierce, to talk about his auction from Buy and Build. That's another prime example of where our sponsors will save you money. Now, they are wholesale or below. Courtney at Buy and Build, buyandbuild.net. Now, but we're going to tell you about the auction. It's not at their website, so just stay tuned. That auction is going to pick up for action because it closes at 1 today, and that's when most of the action takes place if you've been watching all week. We also have one of the most popular shows we do, and that is our insurance checkup show. Now, of course, you can get an insurance checkup anytime you want, but what Compass Insurance Group does is give live examples on the air. We stock and staff our help center with professionals from Compass Insurance Group. Our help center is standing by right now. If you call and say, hey, I have 2 cars, a truck, I have a home and a vacation home, this is what I pay for insurance, this is my coverage, they will run it through their program and see if there's a better deal. And if there is, they'll tell you about it. There's no obligation. It is an absolute free service. In fact, you can take their information and go beat up on your own agent if you want. But here is something for sure. You have to listen to me when I say this. Insurance companies do not reward loyalty. Every once in a while, you have some accident forgiveness, or you have certain kinds of rebates. But in general, when people say, oh, I've had my insurance 13 years, I'm not changing for nothing. Well, you know what? You're stupid. Because insurance companies simply don't care about you. I don't know how else to put it. They don't care about you. Even the ones Compass Insurance Group represents, they don't care about you. Compass cares. They're brokers. That's why they switch you. I get switched about every 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years. They do the insurance checkup for me because I'm in their stable of clients. And they say, we found a better company for you. If they notice an increase, if they notice a problem. So you call and do an insurance checkup free of charge. Here's the phone number. You don't call the show, you call this number, 303-771-HELP. 303-771-4357. Do you know on every show we save people $100 a month or more? We have found hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings. Some people, Brian, some of the exaggerated claims, not exaggerated in that it's not true, but some of the better examples. Haven't we saved people $3,000 to $4,000 a year?
Yeah, when people are paying the higher limits, we've seen it. I've seen $5,000 a year. We were able to save.
You saved me a 5 or 6 when I first met you many, many years ago. It's extraordinary. Anyway, I'm proud to have you here. 303-771-HELP. Now, my phones are filled. Let's go to the phones. Then we'll talk about Courtney's auction or Buy and Build's auction. Jim, you held yesterday. Let's talk about this. This sounds like a terrible, terrible, terrible problem. And we hope we can help you, for goodness sakes. Not sure if we can. What's going on, my sir? What's going on?
So I appreciate you listening to me and airing my issue.
This is a nightmare.
I don't know how familiar you and your listeners are with Carbonite, which is a big online computer backup service.
Now, I want to know if these are still popular services because, you know, I wonder about those. If you can buy terabyte drives right now and do your own backups, I wonder why people do them, but a lot of people do. Now, Mark, with our stuff, of course, online, our database and all that, we back up online with the servers themselves.
Yeah, we take like a snapshot. That's right.
So, here's what I'm
not even sure. You know why people use Carbonite? Because when you're at home, you install it, and it just constantly backs up everything you're doing. It's on autopilot, so that's what people like. They don't have to manually do it.
Okay, so...
That's exactly right. And they offer that you can get your data anywhere, anytime, and you know, they know that your computer is going to crash. It's not a matter of if it's going to crash. It will crash. And that's what happened to me. My computer crashed, and for 4 years, I've been using Carbonite. And when it crashed, I felt secure that my terabyte plus of data was available, so I had to reformat my whole computer, reinstall the operating system, and then when I went to get the backup data, I kept getting error messages. So I went to Carbonite support, and, you know, they do the usual thing. They're very friendly, reinstall the software.
Okay, so the bottom line, that you don't have, I mean, it's done. You don't have your stuff. It's done.
No, bottom line is they gave me a disk that basically contained empty folders. And they said, well, that's all we were able to recover. And when I said, well, what can you do for me? They said, well, we'll give you a free year of Carbonite.
But what do you want? Tell me what you want. What do you want?
What I'd like to know is, what I really want is my data back, but it doesn't appear that that's going to happen. But because they're supposed to have redundant copies. But what I really want to know is, you know, what is their liability? What can I reasonably ask?
Okay, well, you have an agreement with them. Now, what do you think their liability is? I mean, let's be logical. Let's say this didn't happen to you, Jim. What do you do for a living?
I'm a doctor.
Okay. All right. Let's say that you have medical records, and these medical records are such that they can't be duplicated. The test would have to be redone if you lost the results. And you lost the results, okay? Now, do you pay for all of the tests to be redone? Let's be ridiculous. Let's say people had vacation pictures. Do people pay for vacations? What I'm getting at is this. There's something called consequential damages. Normally, courts do not award these, normally, if you look at history, because it is too hard to anticipate. For example, a delivery service, an express shipping service, if they miss a deadline for a real estate transaction and it cost a guy $10 million, how could they ever price that delivery service to reflect a risk of $10 million? With you and data, I am positive that you signed all kinds of disclaimers or clicked, I agree, and it said they're not responsible at all. So really, the short answer is they're not responsible to you at all by what you signed. I know what you signed because they all do the same. They're not responsible.
Yeah.
But let's talk about reality. What do they owe you? I mean, let's put away disclaimers. What do they owe you? What do they? I don't know, and I'm asking. I don't have.
Maybe a refund, Tom?
Now, for sure,
his subscription
for
price.
Absolutely sure. Not only I mean, going back however many years of data you had, every penny refunded without even thinking about that. Now, did they offer that?
No, they offered me a free year of Carbonite backup service.
Now that is an insult. But what
Yeah.
do you think, Jim? Seriously, I want to know. Doctor, what do you think they owe you?
Well, that's exactly why I'm calling.
What do you think, though? What's your hunch? What would make you feel like they're pretty good people?
At least the roughly $700 that I paid Carbonite to back up my data, and I would
absolutely sure. I totally agree with you. How many years of data was backed up?
4 years. No, actually, beyond that. But I was with the service for 4 years.
Okay, the full 4 years of service should be refunded, in my opinion, because it did you no good. How much did that come
Correct.
to?
Around $700.
All right, that's what we're going to fight for. We agree with you. You know, Jim, if you listen to this show, if we don't agree, we can't in good conscience go after people. Like one woman the other day had a concrete stamped patio. She wanted a full, absolute refund. And all it needed was a little grading for the backyard. And sometimes people seem unreasonable. You should get all of your money refunded. Plus, as a gesture of goodwill, they should give you a year. Not just give you a year. This is ridiculous.
If they drop the ball, we're assuming this guy did everything he was supposed to do. It sounds like it.
Well, what ultimately,
with Carbonite, you pick the folders and then they automatically
what
back up.
ultimately was the problem, Jim?
He said the folders were empty.
They never said.
But do they agree it was on their end? Do they agree it was on their end?
Yes, their engineers said that they had restored everything that they could.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. Hold on. We're going to fight for you, Jim. 303-713-8255. CentryRV.com. That's with a C, like in 100. This place is phenomenal. Now they have a hail sale, plus they have a blowout of Cougars and other new RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers. You have to see it to believe it. It's just a big, giant facility with two big lots. One is 32,000 square feet indoors. Indoors at 6th Avenue, just north of 6th Avenue, between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. That's their Lakewood location. Then they have a service location along with new and used RVs on a lot up north of Denver on I-25 and the 119 turnoff to Longmont. That's Century RV, 303-451-1111. Okay.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Mark, what is the command for Windows to get to the tasks? Control, Alt, Delete.
Remember back in the day that would reboot your computer.
Stop and go between Parker and I-25, starting to recover from that earlier crash southbound I-25.
I was going to say, I don't know if it'll do it on these, though, because of how they're
Westbound
It's like one computer that runs these as dumb terminals.
Westbound I-70 stop and go in the elevator.
Brian, what do you think the chances are you guys want to do that?
So I'm interested in it.
With a high near 96.
Yeah, of course, we understand.
Guys,
We have,
It's not a cheap, they're not cheap
we
campaigns.
have people that want to do it, so if you are under no, I mean, there's no obligation whatsoever.
No, I understand.
We think it is excellent.
Yeah.
We are going to blast.
and exclusions apply. Details.
And the other people are also going to benefit you because they're doing the same
Right.
thing. We want to just create this image of unity with our people, plus promote the list, plus promote the
Right.
individuals.
No,
The individual members.
I like it.
We would start, let me look at the dates. What are the dates on that one?
Weeks of 7/9, 7/23, 8/6.
Yeah, so Frank starts July 9th, Monday. I could start you on the 16th. So you would run the 16th, the 30th, and then the, let me skip. Nope, I'm not alternating right. Hold on. Well, you would start on the 16th, and then you would alternate every other week with us for 6 weeks. And the pricing is almost exactly what that is, because it'll be a little different, but it's right there.
And you get 66 weekly sponsorships, so half of that would be for me then?
Half would be half of everything. Yep. And they would alternate, so it's not like all yours would run 1 week and all ours. They would just constantly run. You see all those stations on there too? I mean, it's everywhere.
When's the last time
In fact, a lot of them aren't iHeart because it's a new audience for us.
Right.
But a lot are. I mean, it's just, what we did is we ran the demographics. The demographics we use are perfect for you because we're using 35 to 64.
Right.
Okay? And those are the people that are going to have kids that are 18 or whatever.
Right.
Pulses to give you a perfect two-minute clean.
No, I'm
Your
interested.
electric brushes have thoughtful charging stands, modes you don't need, and can cost 5 times as much. Quick starts at just $25. You can get brush head refills automatically.
I used to have it, but now I just back up my own. I bought my own little cloud box that sits there.
Yeah, I mean, I have one. I back up to OneDrive. I mean, that's a terabyte.
Yeah, I know.
I agree with my subscription.
Yeah, I get my OneDrive.
My
I
cloud
upgraded to 5.
Apple's iCloud is useless. That thing, all they back up is their format. So it has to be all of their apps and all of their shit. None of your stuff. It's like, who cares?
I bought a 2 terabyte hard drive to do that with. My son-in-law completely filled it with movies for us. So
It's kind of nice sometimes.
yeah,
I have a 2 terabyte one that's wireless. You can bring on a plane and you can like stream it on your phone. Seagate.
Wireless.
Yeah, it has its own like little wireless connection to the hard drive. You can have it Bluetooth. Yeah. Well, it's not even Bluetooth. You hook up to it like an actual internet
I
connection.
just never ever.
They're slow though compared to
Even
You can stream it
you
through
can
that.
watch movies.
Oh yeah,
who
of
cares?
course.
Wait a minute, that could be in your freaking briefcase.
Yeah, and you can watch a movie on your phone in the plane off your hard
Okay,
drive.
is it a small thing or a
It's
big?
pretty small. It's like
we used to make a cabin for kids' movies at the Airbnb.
2 packs of cigarettes.
We got loaded up with 500 and some kids' movies at the
Yeah.
Airbnb in the upstairs.
Keeps them busy the whole time. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I put my whole music collection on there and about 250 movies.
What do you guys think of this union thing with the Supremes? I like it.
Great.
They can't force you to pay dues.
Yeah, the teachers, a lot of teachers had no choice. They had to pay dues. The teachers union. Good decision. It's correct too.
He said the phone number's cut off.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Flex again. Do you know what that means? Get your car fixed the right way. Paintless dent repair. Flex again. We know Nick and the boys. Everybody we advertise for, we know, and we know them like brothers. I mean, we know everyone that we advertise with. So what you want is Flexident. Nick and his crew have experience. They don't just put up a tent when there's a storm. You can get immediate openings. Paintless dent repair does not detract from the value of your car. If you have no paint damage, go there first. 303-619-6273. 619-6273.
Flex a Dent of Colorado.com. Okay, so Courtney, quickly now, you have an auction. I want to tell everyone this. Buy and Build has extraordinary deals. They're not seconds. He buys big, giant cartons. I mean, what do you do? Like, okay, so Home Depot has toilets and sinks and cabinets and all kinds of stuff, and Lowe's and all these other places. Do you go to the same places they go to buy them?
No, I do not. They actually have to buy from a distributor.
What do? You go overseas?
I buy directly from the manufacturer overseas, have it shipped directly to our dock. And
like a big container,
yep.
And you literally have it shipped?
Correct.
And then you guys have it picked up and trucked to you?
Yes, they pick it up off the rail, they put it on a chassis and deliver it right to my dock. We unload it by hand and put it on our shelves and sell it for a huge discount because we don't have to pay the middleman. Okay, so you literally beat the big boxes, and you have interior finish items and a host of other things. Lighting, fixtures, plumbing fixtures, cabinets, countertops of all kinds, floors of all kinds, right? Or not carpet, though, right? We do sell carpet as well.
Okay.
Especially at our auction, we have 5
But hardwoods and laminates, engineered flooring?
Yep.
You don't have luxury vinyl tile, do you?
We do.
You do have LVT?
We do.
Cool. Okay. So anyway, this is not just for the do-it-yourselfer. Contractors go to you.
Absolutely.
Okay. So having said all of that, now take cabinets like I bought for my hangar or garage. And it's not because I'm extraordinary. It's because I went to the big boxes and they were like 12 grand or more. And people don't believe when I say this, but I spent for the entire laundry room we did, which was quoted at more than 12 grand from Home Depot. We did it $2,500 with labor from Courtney. And he didn't do the labor, but the materials and labor. The cabinets were, I think, $1,400. That's hard to believe, isn't it? It's really hard to believe. Now, Courtney, having said all of that, with the auction, it's actually even more ridiculous.
Yes, it can
Why?
be.
What do you put in the auction?
Well, we have full sets of kitchen cabinets. Right now I'm looking at the kitchen cabinet page, and there are 3 full sets of cabinets. 17 and 18-piece sets of cabinets are under $1,000 right now, sitting at $850.
And we're not talking about cheap cabinets. These are beautiful.
Are solid hardwood cabinets, solid wood fronts.
Under $1,000!
For an entire kitchen. In fact, this is a huge kitchen. That's 18 pieces.
Okay. Now, if you want to take part in this, you have to listen carefully. Go to rollerauction.com. That's R-O-L-L-E-R. Rollerauction.com. Then you look for Buy and Build, which is usually on the first page when it's closing, right?
It is. I believe it's the second auction down because they have one going
Click
right
on
now.
Buy and Build. Later on, you can look at any auction you want there, but click on Buy and Build because that closes at 1. So what's the significance of you coming in? You always come in on the closing day.
Yes.
What's the significance?
Well, I like to tell people about the stuff that is really, really low right now.
Yeah,
and they
so
can
you can get more
basically
money.
Steal it, right? I mean, we have tiles sitting right now, doesn't even have a bid yet. You could bid a nickel on tile and get tile for a nickel.
There are no
square
reserves.
foot. No reserves. Everything sells no matter what. We have large lots for contractors. We'll have full pallets of lighting and full, 25 faucets in one lot. Full pallets of sinks, full pallets of all sorts of stuff.
I like the weird stuff. Like the guitars for $17.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you go on rollerauction.com, look for Buy and Build, and then what happens at 1 o'clock?
At 1 o'clock, the first 3 items end. If you're involved in bidding on it, it will go into extended bidding, but they end, and then every minute after that, 3 more items will end. We have over 600 lots, so it'll definitely take 3 or 4 hours for the sale.
And then if there's a tie, does it get extended a couple
if there's
minutes?
a tie or you're bidding with 30 seconds left, somebody outbids you, it goes into a 3-minute extended bidding period. And
how long can that go?
That can keep going until people stop bidding for 3 minutes.
Okay, so
he's got a steel guitar. A steel guitar. You know how they play them like this?
Yeah.
$100.
Cool. But the main thing, cabinets, floor coverings, lighting, plumbing. Okay.
But there's great gift items. It's a lot.
How about a flute for $40? A drum set. Where do you get all the musical stuff? There's tons of it.
We bought a big closeout deal from Musician's Friend.
Greta, what's going on? I'm sorry to interrupt, but just go there to. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're trying to get an expert on. I'm going to go to another one here. Okay. And this is Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Hello.
Hi, Chris. What's happening, sir?
Well, Tom, I have an issue. My wife recently passed away a couple weeks ago, and she had an illness about 2.5 months ago, diagnosis of pancreatic cancer, and it was stage 4 by the time they discovered it. And you know, we tried chemo, you know, everything we could to help her along, and it just, you know, it failed, and she ended up passing away on the 6th of June. And we were married for 42 years this September. And anyway, the reason I'm reaching out to you is...
Man, I'm so sorry. I can hear the breath. I can hear the breath knocked out of you.
It is. It's a huge loss, and I'm still dealing with it. But I'm also dealing with something that's just an injustice, I feel, that's from an insurance company, that she had a workman's comp injury back. It goes way back in 93. She was a fit 38-year-old, you know, aerobics instructor, personal fitness trainer, healthy, happy.
So she had a workers' comp injury.
Yes, she had workers' comp injury with Father John.
And she had and she had a case number.
Yeah.
And she actually had this this case number that paid for surgeries.
Yes, she had, as a result of the injury pulling her shoulder ligaments, a total of 6 shoulder surgeries over the years. But
it's amazing they kept it open that long.
Yeah, just because nothing would work. All the surgeries failed her.
So it was open for how long?
Since '93. I mean, it's still up until her death. It was still an open case. And all they did, you know, they...
Okay, so they kept doing surgeries.
Yeah.
What do they do in workers' compensation when they can't fix it? I mean, no one's guaranteed perfect health, so what happens?
Right. Well, all they did after...
Don't they usually assign a rating and then pay out?
They do, but what she needed was, because of the that and the pain associated with that, they would cover her medications for the chronic pain as well as psychiatric.
I guess what I'm asking is, do people get a lifetime of coverage if it's never... Because I thought they get to maximum medical improvement and then they cut you loose.
Yeah, and I think they did want to do that a few times, but we wanted her shoulders...
So did they try to get out of it, and you guys took them to hearings?
A number of times, and then we got an attorney...
So you kept winning?
Yeah. Just basically to keep the case alive, because we didn't want to settle it because of... She never got any relief out of it.
I understand that, yeah.
In fact, she was due for a shoulder replacement surgery for her left shoulder this year. The insurance company was trying to say, no.
Okay, so she was going to get shoulder replacement, but then she got the diagnosis of cancer.
Exactly, yeah, right, shortly after that.
So then what happened?
On the back burner. Well, we put that on the back burner, focused on her, trying to get her recovery or chemo, trying to get her healthy, and as her condition declined, it didn't look like we were going to do the shoulder surgery, so we asked, we got the attorney to check with the insurance company to see if they could go ahead and settle it.
So you decided to take a settlement?
Yeah, and they did. The insurance actually agreed to do a settlement.
How much?
For $24,500.
Oh my God!
It's nothing, but at least it's better than nothing. It was
so instead of the surgery, you were going to get $24,500.
Exactly. Yep.
And then they were going to pay that out.
Yes, an agreement was drawn up, a settlement agreement from the insurance company, their attorney, and my wife's attorney.
Okay.
And it was ready. All it needed was my signature. I had the power of attorney. My wife at that time was in hospice. She was at her deathbed.
But you had power of attorney.
I did. And what happened is that when she passed away on the 6th, it was 1:30 in the afternoon, approximately. 2 hours later, the attorney called me and says, I have the agreement. I'm going to have my paralegal come with me and have you sign it. And I told the attorney, I said, I'm sorry, but she had just passed 2 hours earlier. And the attorney said, well, at that time, the power of attorney has died with her.
Of course it did.
I didn't know that. But also the settlement agreement most likely is not going to be honored as well.
They can't. It's not. Now, as much as I really, honest to God, bleed for you, I mean, I cannot even imagine the pain you're going through. If I'm stepping back and looking at this, the words you're using, they did not honor the settlement agreement. If you really look at this from a sterile viewpoint, they can't honor a settlement with someone who's deceased. There is no settlement. They're gone. So truly, as crazy as this sounds to you, It's not that they won't honor it. There is no one to honor it with, because it's not yours, it's hers. Now, people might argue, shouldn't it go to the estate?
Yes.
Well, that's an argument to be made.
Uh-huh.
They're going to say, yes, it does belong to the state. They're not saying it doesn't. They're saying we are no longer going to make a settlement because there's no one to settle with. So now the estate has to sue in her name, but it was for surgery. And they can't do surgery if they wanted to. So it's going to be complicated. I'm not saying the estate can do nothing. I'm saying in workers' comp and disability claims, death throws a terrible wrinkle into it. So you think, let's just say it, Chris, because I don't even know what I would do in your shoes. But you're feeling they're just dirty, rotten scoundrels and took advantage of the fact that your wife died.
Yes.
But do you realize they could not execute a settlement? They could not.
Not with her.
No. Well, not with him either.
No, but maybe with the estate.
Well, this is, but that particular one, he wanted them to say, oh man, I'm so sorry your wife died. Just sign that thing, let's get you a check.
Not going to happen.
Right. But is it because they refused to honor it? Of course not. It's because there was no agreement with a deceased person. So I'm just trying to look at both sides. But so the question is, who deserves the settlement? Your wife did. Now that your wife is dead, do you deserve it as part of the estate? I would say yes. I mean, it's something she had coming to her. So what does your attorney say? I would say, Chris, the estate should go after it, but I don't even know. We need to talk to someone. But you already
I wonder if Salisbury would know.
You have a worker. We can ask Salisbury. Now, Cliff Enton, our workers' comp attorney, is not available. But I wanted to ask something very quickly. We are very late right now. But Chris, I need to know when we come back, what does your attorney say about it? That's what's really important to know. What does your attorney say about it? Art of Granite, Mitch Floria has been with us for years and years. And if you want to get a price on the phone, all you have to do is call him. And you say, hey, here's my measurements, maybe send him a photo. Now, people said, wait a minute, how do we do that? You got to call him first, of course, and he'll let you know how to get a hold of him, or go to artofgranite.net and look for the email address. But it's best to call him. Now, he's a direct stone importer, granite.
Quartz and other stones, wholesale on countertop material, and then you pick the custom edges, the cabinets, the sinks. He does a great job. He fabricates and installs. He tears out and hauls away free. He does the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. People love Mitch, and he runs a great business serving the Front Range, the mountain communities. Open 6 days a week, closed Sundays, 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net.
Holy shit, that's funny as hell.
I'm just going to buy you one big frickin' dinner and call it good, you bastard.
Look at that email.
That gray, that dark gray.
From one of the sales reps.
Yeah, it's called Greystone. Greystone? Oh my God, that's pretty. It is good.
You'll see my reply. Look who we wanted. Tell me that's not the funniest shit. Fucking Bentley Bath.
How did you respond?
You can see my response. I sent it to you.
What does Bentley Bath do?
We had a guy like
How did you respond?
I responded to all. You should see it.
I thought that you never own more than your house is worth.
What is it, Mark?
One of the sales reps wanted Bentley Bath to advertise with us.
Okay, Al is not
Do you
available.
see the response? Is that all right?
My wife really wants the gray, so we just inherited that. Hickory is pretty cool, especially if it's a nice, yeah, it's got a nice wood to it.
Brian, here's a higher chair.
There's no bag.
So we got those King Supers on my brother gets down all the Supers. Did you buy them? About your store? Down in the basement? Yeah. Yep. Do you have more of those? I think they're gone. God, those are, you know, you got like 8 of them in on that list. I couldn't believe trying to get it in the truck. It's like 200 pounds. Yeah, they're heavy. And it was $60.
You guys had last auction a mahogany wood sink.
Yeah, I have another one at this auction.
What did that go for?
I think about $900.
Beautiful.
That's about right. I saw them at the shop in 3 separate pieces. There's 2 different types you can get. And there's a couple of different shades of mahogany. Is that the one that's monster? It's huge. It's a monster. Yeah. Yeah, it's really pretty.
You have to, it's almost like for an entryway, right?
And it's a lifetime guarantee on that wood, like, so it's a sink, it's a vessel sink, and it'll never be Vietnam or somewhere like that. I think it was Vietnam or something.
It's mahogany, yeah.
Yeah, because they did a lot of research on this finish, though, and apparently, I mean, unless you dropped a pipe wrench in there or something, it would probably.
Oh, the epoxies they put on it.
You can spray any chemicals in it, apparently that finish is improving.
Yeah, they make some incredible epoxies now for stuff. You know, I build, well, Tom's got one too, but aircoat sites now, you build on foam and composite stuff, well, mine we can't. But the epoxy is the one that takes like 3 to 4 days to set up. The longer they take, the stronger they are. Yeah. And some of these epoxies take 3 to 4 days to set up.
Yeah, they're stronger than the original thing they're glued together.
It's a pain in the ass that they're so slow, but then I guess that it gives it time for the polymer change to reset.
Yeah. That's cool.
Can you search by lowest item bid or no?
I don't know.
Can you like swoop in on stuff?
If you go to the very first page, it's on the top right of any page, you can click on the original home improvement.
You get the weirdest.
You can click on different categories. So, say hardwood flooring or janitorial doors. You know, that you can do. I don't know about the.
Case of 12 odor eliminating smokeout, pina colada flavored, $3.
There you go.
Pine flavored, new car scent.
The one I don't understand is baby.
Baby.
I don't know that I want that smell in my car.
Baby.
Baby.
They must mean like baby powder.
I hope.
It doesn't mean baby shit.
Maybe has hepatitis.
God, that is bizarro. Gifts and toys.
That's what's fun, is the stuff you wouldn't expect.
Yeah,
BYU tape. Case of BYU tape.
Hey, there's Cougar fans out.
How about a case of laptop bags? Oh, these will sell, those stupid glow sticks. Kids love those stupid things.
They're not good for layup tools.
Case of assorted Disney cars. Wow. Sandals coffee cups.
Yeah, Scott literally my brother got pallets and pallets and pallets of souvenir stuff from Arizona and Jamaica and Hawaii.
You're Jamaican me crazy with this stuff.
Exactly.
What'd you call that gray again?
It's called Greystone.
Greystone. Remember that. I like that color.
Ceiling fan.
Is it popular?
It is actually.
$30.
Probably newest, most popular color.
Actually, most of your ceiling fans are.
They're going pretty low. They're nice ceiling fans too.
Oh, that's a pretty cool light actually, right there. That torch lamp. That's a nice looking lamp.
I'm sending it to Jeremy too.
Did you copy me?
Yep.
There it goes. Seagull Arts Forest.
There's no way he can even, if he runs on this show, after what we've done, and he'd be crazy. Well, we'd be obligated to talk about it. We'd be obligated.
First of all, in a million years, I bet he hasn't talked to him about it. There's no way fucking Bentley would even. I mean, my God, you almost ripped his fucking phone.
All right. 303-713-TALK. We got two things to remind you about. The rollerauction.com. Look for buy and build. The auction's closing at 1. Let me know what you're bidding on, and then Courtney's going to keep us abreast of things. Then we have Compass Insurance Group. We're doing the Help Center. 303-771-HELP. 771-4357. That's where you call with no obligation, free, to get an insurance quote on what you have and what's out there in the market. Trust me, you always get better deals when you switch. About, I shouldn't say always. About what percentage do you find better deals? Because they'll tell you, listen, stay where you are if it's a great deal. About what percentage can you improve, people?
I would say probably
85?
Yeah, I was going to say 80% of the time, and it's either with savings on monies, which obviously I know
or
why people
coverage.
are calling, but the coverage issue is what we really try to push, because people call all the time on the show and say how much they get messed over. So
a lot of people have deductibles they don't even know about.
That's right. Or they don't have ordinance or law, or they don't have,
Yeah. Now,
but deductibles, you're right.
Deductible, you don't know until it happens. It could be an amazing, like 10% of value.
Or actual cash value, where it happens, your roof is 15 years old, and all of a sudden you realize you're paying for the entire roof because it's lived its life.
Remember that one we had the other day? The guy had a $36,000 deductible, and the roof was worth 18 grand.
Right. 13 grand.
Or 13 grand.
All right, let's go to the phone.
Hey, I got it. Can I ask him?
All right, we have an attorney right now on waiting, Frank. We have to take Frank. Frank, if you could answer this for us, this would be great. We had a question for Greta. I mean, Greta had a question.
Tan mal.
Greta?
Y esa misma noche
Greta?
yo le llevé a la sala de
Greta?
emergencia.
Greta?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, dear.
Yes, thank you.
Now, you have a friend that you loaned money to.
No.
Oh, sorry.
So it's a workers. It's a case where he's a subcontractor and a contractor called Pro Wall Systems.
I'm sorry, that's the one. Okay, I mistook it for another one we had for Frank.
It's okay.
So this is where he's a subcontractor, but he did not lien the property in time, and he lost his lien rights.
I guess so. I'm not sure about that.
How long ago?
Okay.
How long ago did he complete the job, Greta?
2017.
Okay.
January 2017.
So January 2017, he completed a job, and how much was unpaid on that job?
$43,700.
Now, does he have documentation showing that? What documentation?
Well, he has all the invoices that he gave them.
Okay. And then it was
all the checks that they paid him.
Okay. Now does it show an opening invoice and then he credited the checks that he got?
Yes.
And then it shows a balance due of $43,700.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now Frank Ball is one of the best collection attorneys I've ever met, and he works mainly for businesses, and but he's great for information. So Frank, when you have a subcontractor like this who's owed this money, but he has now since long passed his lien rights, what recommendations do you have?
Well, people are very confused about the whole lien right issue. The only way that if you're going, let's start over. If you're going to exercise your lien rights, that only works if the property is sold. So if it's a new building and you exercise your lien rights and then the property is sold right away, well, then you're going to get the money because you have a lien. However, if it's not going to be sold right away, let's say it's a home from a homeowner, and the person's going to keep the home for the next 30 years, lien rights don't matter, because the way you perfect the lien is by suing someone. And you have 6 months to sue them. You can still sue them afterwards, but typically you perfect the lien by suing.
Now hold on, Greta. He's mentioning this just because we're educating our audience. But Frank, may I ask something? We've had cases, in fact, we've had cases where the contractors get paid because they literally start a foreclosure.
If you have the deep pocket and you can do that, God bless you.
I mean, if there's enough equity, what happens usually, Frank, is if there's equity in the home and a contractor starts a foreclosure, more than likely the lien gets paid. But you're right, liens just sit there unless you do something with them. They don't just get you paid automatically.
Can I just mention, though, this is not a home.
No, we understand. This is a commercial. What was he working on?
Promenade. It's called the Promenade Center in Denver.
Who owes the money? What?
Pro Wall Systems.
Pro Wall Systems was the subcontractor who subbed to him.
No. Yes, absolutely.
There was a general contractor, a subcontractor, and a subcontractor. Why? What reason did Pro Wall give for not paying?
So this goes so insane. I actually spoke to the woman yesterday.
Let's just, Greta, what is the reason? Let's just take it one step at a time. What's the reason they gave?
She's saying that he was paid.
Okay.
All the way until yesterday, this woman agreed, and he has the paperwork to show. She said she was not paying him a percentage of the money because he did not have workers' comp insurance. When she owed him the $43,000, she told him, go to the bank, get $2,000. So she gave him a check for $8,000. She said, go cash this check. It was from Pro Wall. Go cash this check. Bring me $2,000. I'm going to give this check to an insurance woman, some phantom insurance woman. She's going to make it look like you had workers' comp insurance so that we can pay you your money. When I heard that, I was floored.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a sec. Right now, all we need to know is this, Frank. He's long past lien rights. He's a subcontractor to a subcontractor. They're claiming he was paid. He's claiming he wasn't. What does he do next?
Well, he has to sue.
Okay, and what does he do? Does he literally just sue for money that he says is owed, and then how would he prove it?
Well, you could,
in this case,
you have a contract, you sue on the contract. If you don't have a contract, you sue on what's called account stated. He sent him invoices and they weren't paid, so you sue on that.
Now,
can I say something?
Now
really
they say
fast?
if they say they paid him, won't they have to show that?
Well, sure. But I got to tell you, it's a difficult proposition to go into district court, which is over $15,000, and do it yourself. He's going to have to hire a lawyer. I mean, it's okay if you're in small claims court where it's a $7,500 limit, or maybe it's okay in county court where it's a $15,000 limit. But if you're in district court, they're going to get a lawyer. They're just not going to say, "Fine, I'm paying the money," and then he's going to have a lawsuit on his hands. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation.
And then once you sue, you have to collect. I'm running up against this. I'll come back to Greta. But Frank, I appreciate your time. Its bottom line is you got to sue. Bottom line is it's complicated. By the way, Frank Ball is at 303-629-7000. Let's talk right after this.
You've got pallets of stuff. I didn't see that last time.
Yeah, so we're trying to liquidate. So we're sending full pallet lots of stuff. They
He's
did
got
pretty good
these
last time.
big stacked pallets with like 15 different things on them.
Our carpet's sitting at 25 cents a foot right now. It's killing. It always does better than that.
My wife will never basement flooring. Get us back up, go down the stairs to the basement. They put over the basement. We redid it. The basement divides the kitchen in half, the stairs. It was done, so we put stairs in the other end of the house now to keep the basement, so we can open the kitchen.
Oh, that's smart.
That's what we're doing. But we've got we redid the upper part of the house 10 years ago. Now they're straightening out, and she can finally get her size kitchen.
That'll help.
So we've got to get her over there for more stuff. We did a cabin a lot of times before we even decided what was going to go in there. We bought it before.
That's smart. If you have the
returns that are wrong sizes and stuff like that, just buy those for 20 cents a dollar and frame it to those.
Especially with windows, you can find hugely good deals.
And doors, we get all the stuff and have bands before we start the project.
Build it around it.
Yeah, build it around
And I think maybe that's what people do with these kitchens. I really never figured out why people buy a fully assembled set of kitchen cabinets. There's no way going to fit in their kitchen. But
does it happen all the time?
Every auction, they sell 5, 6 sets, and they always sell pretty well. And it always blows me away, kind of, that people spend,
the boxes don't come assembled, do they? Don't they come?
Well, the ones in the auction are assembled, with the exception of this last, 344 here is unassembled in the box. It's the same exact kitchen as the one above it.
I saw a girl in there one day.
But yeah, when we sell them too, we sell them unassembled. We offer an assembly service.
Oh, so that's what she was in there doing.
Yeah, building them for it. Yeah, after hours, we usually stay in the cabinets and stuff. Here's the Greystone right here.
Yeah, that's so pretty.
It's got soft close hinges and soft close
I noticed that about all of them, solid boxes and all wood boxes. It's such a big difference in cabinets and what quality you get.
Told them to put those shelves in.
The soft close stuff, when it first came out, man, I was impressed.
Yeah, everybody kind of expects it now.
Yeah. Oh, do they? It's expected.
Well, there was a changeover. The manufacturer started putting in stock in all the cabinets, but prior to that, people saw them, they're like, wow, those are great. And then they get one cabinet that has them in there, people started switching them over, and all the rest don't. I'm like, well, it's like the hinges.
I tried changing a couple cabinets over to soft close hinges didn't fit
depends on the door.
Yeah.
They also have a piston you can buy. That when the door hits the piston, it'll soft close.
Oh.
And it'll fit on any cabinet.
That's good to know.
The phone your small business deserves. I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me.
Maybe we're just trying to do too many auctions too short of a period of time. That's why we're not.
Boy, this son of a bitch. I'm gonna copy you on this, Mark. The one guy. I said you had a great idea, right? I said you had a great idea. That's all I said.
See, and then, I love Slate.
Let me see.
Then he wrote saying,
It's real
"Can you help me?" I never, Then he writes to me demanding a response. And holy shit. You know what? Fuck people like that.
Of course, we'll talk some politics, but when we're joined by
Fuck you, mister. You can go to hell with your
ask you how he's doing following cancer treatment.
Tile, no
Thursday
bids.
morning at 8:06 right here on 630 KL.
Get rid of this stuff.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ does the new orthodontics. I talk about how they can do it for adults. That adults wear expanders. They expand your palate slowly so you can literally spread out your mouth, and it adjusts your jaw. It straightens your teeth. It's not painful at all. It's a slow process. And then it gradually straightens your teeth. You use Invisalign braces after that. The whole thing takes 2 years or less. Here's the great thing about it. It's way less than veneers and cosmetic dentistry, but it gets to the root cause, not only giving you a beautiful smile, but it also cures your sleep apneas and your TMJ and other problems. You got to check them out, the new orthodontics. They have a similar system for kids. 303-690-0100. The new orthodontics, Dr. Kent Lawson, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, 303-690-0100. Let's go to the phones now. Listen, we have a lot going on. Greta, what Frank said, our attorney, is accurate. There is no way out of this except district court. And district court will require, due to procedures, listen, we were eyewitnesses to someone trying to go to district court. And in our opinion, she had, and even attorneys that looked at this said they probably could have won it. But because of procedures, this woman had no clue what she was doing, and she lost. And I believe it was on procedure alone, because she never got, in my opinion, any value for anything. It just sucked, and this guy is going to lose too unless he hires an attorney.
That's a lawyer. Absolutely. So I have one question for you, Mr. Martino.
Yes.
This woman, the bookkeeper for this company, has committed fraud over and over again. When
But that's not that. Listen, you don't see, Greta. People joust at windmills. When they go after something, they forget what they're going after. It doesn't, I'm going to say something crazy. It doesn't matter if she committed fraud. The only thing that matters is if they paid him or not. People go into court sometimes, and they try to fight. This woman's a fraud. She lies. She does this. They cheat everybody. The judge doesn't want to hear it. All you have to do is prove that they did not pay him, period. She has to prove they did pay. So don't worry about fraud. It doesn't matter. People get too cluttered trying to throw things at the wall to see what sticks. Please don't
waste your time.
You got a pallet, a pedestal sink for $3.
$3? Pallet. Oh wait, the whole pallet is $3.
Yeah.
I should just buy it and just put it on eBay.
You know, I wonder why.
Oh my God.
And I got a daughter who's I'm unemployed right now in the summer.
Yeah, buy a pallet.
Look at this right here.
Yeah, that was a mistake, though.
Yeah, you can use the backboard.
$3.
You know what? Let me get it.
Did you read my email, Mark?
Yeah.
Did I overdo it?
No.
Take AIM, 720-895-0500. At AIM, all of our staff put you first. Where it's all about you, it's not just our model, it's who we are. 720-895-0500.
May not end up being our best sales.
Regulated by DOR, NMLS 298.
Do you usually see it picking up quicker than this?
Usually by the time I even get here, things are doing a lot better than this.
Okay.
But what's weird is the live part of the sale, everything can change. Like when it starts closing and people start bidding, extended bidding happens, you see how many people are really actively bidding, and it can go nuts.
Yeah, I was curious, like, I would think there's probably contractors out there or whoever that
Well,
they're
nobody's-
just waiting for it to get ready to close and then
Nobody's
try to
going
get
to
it.
purposely increase bids. It's just when they get
Okay,
out.
so it's like this. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like this.
So a formal announcement expected tomorrow. Both announced an agreement after a meeting with Putin, touching on a number of foreign issues, including Syria, Ukraine, and he did bring up meddling in the 2016 election, which Russia again denied. President Trump.
And then you guys did a whole thing and start scrolling.
Yeah, that's what I want. Perfect. How do I just copy this? This is it, right? Or no? Where'd you go here? There you go. She totally screwed it up.
Of course it was. Type Bentley with an E. E-Y. Okay, so it's here.
I just need the thing copied.
I know you do. It's like it's on scroll. Okay, so if I go here, and if I click on it,
Oh yeah, and grab it up in the corner.
I don't think turn off embed, report video, share.
I'll figure it out from there. It's good.
Alright.
Federal hate crime charges filed against a man accused of fouling a
You know what you do? You just right click on the video.
in Charlottesville, Virginia, killing a woman, injuring dozens more. The just announcing an indictment returned today charges 21-year-old James Fields of Ohio with 30 crimes in all. He was already facing state charges, including first-degree murder. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Did you read the station feedback from Tim? Oh, you don't get it.
I don't even know what. No, I get them. I don't even know what it means though.
They're sending a message to us. They want us to know.
Yeah, but you're talking to the one with Appliance Factory? It sounds like ad copy.
It is.
They want us to know too.
I mean, no, and they don't expect us to do anything. But I'm not sure it was meant for my show either. I think he just automatically assumed it.
No.
When posting on most job sites.
What's that guy's name? The sales rep that sent that Bentley bath stuff. What's his name?
Oh,
I'll find it. I just want to. I found the link. I want to send it to him. He'll get a kick out of it. Damn it.
You can ask screener questions for a less time to your short list of qualified candidates.
And then when people pressure me like that one guy demanding, they think they're going to get help.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Sunny and hot today with a high of 97. Tonight, mostly cloudy and a low of 63. Sunny and hotter tomorrow with a high of 102. Friday, mostly sunny.
So I went on a thing to see if my subscription had been expired in March like I should have been because I didn't want it auto-renewed. It did not auto-renew in March, right? But to be extra sure, I put in another cancellation. So what they did was started it up for 1 year and canceled it for next year. So they sent me a notice saying, your subscription will be canceled in June 27, 2019. It had been canceled on 3-something 2018, but because I went in and canceled one
See if
that
you
wasn't
could
there.
pin that to the
They
front
actually
page.
activated almost.
A referral link to the top of
And they
it.
gave you another year.
Put something like, remember this?
Of course, yeah.
My middle daughter's a school teacher, so she's
How do you
unemployed during the
explain
summer.
it?
She could be
I said, I didn't order
buying
this.
this
I
stuff.
canceled.
It was already canceled.
Right, but I just did it.
Yeah.
I should have put in the second.
You were making it more formal.
Except you guys did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What a, I'm watching that Bentley thing again. What a piece of shit, too. I'm watching that poor woman try to get into that tub. How he fucking did
Oh, and he
that
said
was remarkable.
No, but then he tried to blame him. Said Medicaid made him do it.
Maybe sell him a tub that she wouldn't have had.
No, he said they specified it. They didn't have anything to do with it. He said it was their specification, not his.
If you could have seen Deputy Dan with that tape measure, measuring her ass, and me with a straight face, it was fucking unbelievable.
Should have filmed that.
We did film it.
Oh,
God.
You gonna finish that corn dog?
We didn't use it.
See, they're using this as a, look, Democrats, the Milka earthquake congressman falls to 28-year-old challenger.
Oh my God, this woman who beat him, she's 28 years old. She's a little firecracker,
She's
man.
a Democrat, though.
Yeah, well, no, well, maybe. She's a socialist outright. But she wants, listen, here's the thing she ran on.
A Republican.
No, she beat a Democrat that had been in office forever. Oh, in her district in New York, she'll beat any Republican. I mean, she's in a Latino community. But check this out. This is amazing. Free health care for all, okay? Free college for all, okay? You ready for this one? Guaranteed salary for everybody, government job. Guaranteed salary, government job.
What do you mean a government job?
That's what she says. I don't know what the fuck. I didn't read into it. The government guarantees you a guaranteed salary is what she said.
Of some kind. No matter what, everyone gets a check.
Everybody gets a check and income.
I need somebody. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. FixMyHome.com says it all. FixMyHome.com. We're consumer advocates. We help. If you had to sum up the show, it's help. Help information and referrals live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, downloadable all over the place. Hundreds of thousands of people take advantage of it. We are your consumer advocate no matter where you live. I got an email from Jacksonville thanking us for helping, and we help coast to coast and, of course, in our backyard as well, Colorado, and on KHOW in Denver. So, thanks. And, what we do is tell you about great people, too. Fix It 24/7 will send an expert to your home for $39. You'll never pay more than $39 unless you choose to. For $39, they will find a problem no matter how long it takes. With plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. All right? Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. If you have a problem, you don't have to fear the great unknown. Oh, gosh, what's it going to cost? What is it? They'll tell you what it is. They'll tell you what it will cost, and they'll guarantee that price and guarantee satisfaction. If you decide to have it done, that $39 is waived. FixMyHome.com. They'll find the problem for $39. Licensed and insured. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Let's go to the phones. Larry has a Sears warranty problem. What's going on, Larry?
Yeah, Tom, love your show.
Thank you, man. What's happening?
Well, we had bought a new Sears refrigerator and as well as a microwave, dishwasher, a complete suite.
Why?
30 months ago.
Why Sears, though? I'm curious.
We had a friend that recommended the Sears there in Thornton, and in particular one of the associates there, so we went there, and we felt like we got a pretty good deal, and been happy with it for 30 months.
So what's the problem, sir?
May 7th, we noticed the freezer was thawed out, the ice cream was melting.
Yeah.
So we were lucky enough to have a chest freezer, moved the freezers, most of the freezer.
Yeah, that part I don't care about. What I care about is Sears, because they suck when it comes to service. They used to have great service. Sears is basically a dinosaur waiting to die. They're Jurassic World.
Monkey wards.
They're terrible. Sears is on the way out. They're going to die. It's just a matter of time. But here's the problem, is they don't know it yet. But they don't have any service. Where did you go wrong? You called for warranty work, right?
Yes.
And what went wrong?
Called on May 7th.
Yeah.
And at that time, they told us the first available, they used that several times in the next 6 weeks, the first available service date was May 26th. So 3 weeks we had to wait just to get a technician out here to tell us what was wrong.
And what did they say?
He walked in with a laptop, plugged it in, plugged the refrigerator in, and within 5 minutes he said the compressors failed. We see 1 or 2 of these a week.
Now what?
It's a known problem. The compressor failed. It's an LG compressor.
Now what?
That they built for Sears.
Now what?
So then they said he ordered parts, scheduled the next date, June 20th, which now we're over
2 months.
6 weeks out.
Yeah.
And at that point, he said.
By the way, I have to ask you a question, just because it's only a 3-hour show. Did they fix it, or are you still without a refrigerator?
We're still without a refrigerator.
Are you kidding me?
Happened?
Wait a minute. Since May 7th, you are still without a refrigerator.
That is correct.
Will they refund your money?
No. In fact, we've talked to multiple agents, and they all come back with the exact same pat answer. And I think
what's the answer? What's the answer?
The answer is the first available date. And like I said, it was the 26th.
But they already, Larry, I know, trust me when I tell you, I know you want to tell stories because it was a terrible experience. But just in the interest of time, they replaced the compressor once, right? Or twice or 3 times? How many?
No. They've done nothing. They came out the 26th of May.
Yeah, you said that.
The technician said it needs a compressor.
But you never got one.
Compressor.
Never got one.
No, he ordered the compressor, and that came in the 13th of June. We had a date scheduled the 20th of June to show up. On the 19th of June, we received
See, Larry, okay, hold on. Larry, they had it scheduled. They've never installed it. Is that a true or false statement? They had it scheduled. It's never been installed.
That's correct.
Okay. They keep delaying and missing appointments.
Correct.
And therefore, you are without a refrigerator this long. That's the heart of the matter. And what is the best thing they offered you? They just keep offering you new dates?
Correct. They just keep moving it out.
So what's your latest date?
The current date, well, June 20th was the date. You're supposed to be home from 8 to 12.
I'm talking about when is the next, Larry, the next available date. I understand. This is a terrible situation. You launch into your story. And I don't blame you. I swear to God. But when's the next available date?
The latest date is July 12th.
What are you kidding me? Okay, Suzanne, we got to call these people. Don't we have a name at Sears? Don't we have a name?
Yeah, Daff has an angel. I was going to give Daff all the info tomorrow.
Hold on a sec. Larry, this is unbelievable to me. Unbelievable. I hope people are listening about Sears and why Sears is going out of business. And is Sears traded on the market, Mark? What is that stock like? It can't be.
I don't know. I think it is, actually. Ever since they kind of merged or Kmart bought them or whatever, however that went down, I mean, they're horrible. Well, they've sold all their assets. They don't own Craftsman anymore. You know, you can buy Craftsman anywhere.
God, I would hate to have that stock in my portfolio.
I just bought it for you this morning.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God. Anyway.
How about that Walmart, though? That's killing for you.
Walmart's good. Hey, Mark was experimenting with me a little on that. He's helping me a little because I've never, ever...
I want people to go to our referral list page on Facebook. I reposted something. During the break, you know, we had a sales rep reach out to us about Bentley baths. And I went through and reposted that video. If people have not seen it, it is one of the most amazing things that I have ever seen in this studio live with my own eyes. You've got to watch the video. It's short, sweet.
Okay. Now, we have an auction going on, rollerauction.com. Look for buy and build. And Courtney Pierce is here talking about it because it closes at 1 and you can get some extraordinary deals. Do you have any examples of stuff going cheap right now? Current bids.
Absolutely. Right now, the flooring is just super low.
Give me an idea.
You've got actually some slate tile that doesn't even have a bid. You could get a pallet of slate tile for 10 cents a square foot right now. There's laminate flooring sitting at 10 and 15 cents a square foot right now that you could get.
That is unbelievable.
Really some unbelievable deals. We have this mahogany vessel sink that Mark was just talking about with me. Sitting at $90 right now. It's a solid mahogany vessel sink with a matching stand and a marble top, and it's sitting at $90, and that thing retails over, $1,500.
Oh my goodness!
So some really good deals right now. If you guys are in the market for flooring or cabinets or anything, you should jump on and steal this stuff.
Rollerauction.com. Look for buy and build. It's an auction going on right now. Okay, and our insurance help center for comparing your insurance coverage. They will tell you the truth if you have a great deal or not. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. This is an unbelievable story. Jackie has a collection letter from 1994. Is that right, Jackie?
Yes, this is her husband.
Yes.
We both work together. Unfortunately, she's
okay. What's your first name, sir?
Kim.
Tim.
K-I-M.
Kim. So Kim, tell me about this collection letter. Are they demanding payment?
Yes, they gave us until the 5th of July, and they contacted my wife like on June 18th and explained everything to her, and then I kind of overheard the conversation, and it doesn't sound right to me. It's like 1994, she had a credit card, which she can't remember. Of course, it's 24 years later.
Yeah.
And
could you imagine anyone trying to prove they paid something from 24 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they claiming she owes?
Now they say we owe $4,578.16.
Okay, and what do they want from you? Do they want the whole amount?
Yes, they said the whole amount.
Or else what? What are they going to do?
They want to put a lien on our property, and this is what got me going, Tom, was that this guy tells my wife that, well, now that we saw that you refinanced and your credit is good, so we decided to go after you now that you have...
okay, now here's a very important question. Is it a judgment or is it a new collection? Because it could very well be a debt that she has to pay or not. Now, here's what I mean. When I say the or not part, a normal debt collection in Colorado, they have 6 years to collect with the threat of a lien or a judgment or going to court in any way. After 6 years, they cannot use the courts. But here's a misunderstanding. They can still go for collection. They can try to collect from you 30 years later. And if they trick you into paying in a new agreement, it can start the statute of limitations over from scratch. So here's the important thing, Kim. Is it a judgment they're trying to collect on that they've kept alive because they can keep renewing those? Or is it the original debt? Now, I'm going to talk about both of those coming back because that is important. I don't want you to get tricked. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and I hope you never, ever need him. But if you're in an accident, if you're injured in any way, shape, or form, especially motor vehicles, you need to talk to someone. Of course, you take care of all the medical stuff and all of that, but call John for evaluation of your case. Call John to find out what your rights are. Call him if you even have a case. He'd be happy to talk to you with no obligation whatsoever. If you decide to hire John, you only pay him if he collects. It's called contingency. Now, personal injury is very complicated. Don't sit on your rights. Don't just wait. Ask questions, and he's there to answer. 303-597-4500. He is there to answer. 303-597-4500. PersonalInjuryCO.com. PersonalInjuryCO.com. He's on my referral list, John Fuller. Before I forget, you got to call the Insurance Help Center if you want to save money. They're there till 4 o'clock today, but call, and then we're going to see if there are any great examples of savings today. You compare your coverages with no obligation to find out if there's a deal out there. 303-771-HELP.
Here's one over here. That salesperson's, now that it seems like we're going after him. You know what I mean? Because he writes us a letter asking about it, and then we purposely post it on the front page, like killing the deal. He's going to make the argument, I could have got him on KOA or somewhere advertising. I understand. I just want you to know that that might be one of the things they talk about.
I don't sense that in that. I don't think he's going to.
Mississippi at this time. Certainly is crashing off highway northbound Quebec at I-70.
Man, you came unglued. Oh my God, you came so unglued. I thought he was going to fucking jump over there and fucking pound this guy. I know he'd never do that, but it was like,
what was the deal on it? What was it?
This guy sold this poor woman a bathtub that
I heard it. But he said it was this wide.
No kidding.
But he claimed it was her best option. She couldn't even use it. And this son of a bitch claimed
She called us
Medicaid
because literally she could not take a shower.
They don't specify shit. The way it is they have to be approved by Medicaid. But if you stay here, here's the tub that the woman submitted it. Here's the tub, right? Medicaid says, okay, she got a doctor's note saying she needs a walk-in tub, so they agree to it. They didn't say, yeah, this will meet your specific. They don't look at the actual size and the size of her. So he claimed this was Medicaid's problem. They're the ones that specified this tub. And I asked him, how did they even know what to approve? Did they come and measure and draw it up, or did you? He kept deflecting. He kept saying, it's Medicaid. The son of a bitch was.
Sounds like he should be a politician.
He was a fraud.
It looks
like a politician.
What did they end up doing?
She ended up getting a shower.
Didn't he refund it?
He went out and redid it, is my understanding. So not really a refund, but he ended up putting in a shower that she could walk in. She could do. Oh my God, she is so big, man. How he could sell her this tub with this little opening like this, it didn't even make sense. And then, if you basically pushed her in there to get her in there, and she sits down because it's got to sit down, you couldn't close the door. And you can't use this kind of tub unless the door's closed. I mean, it was so ridiculous. It'd be like selling her a smart card. And it wasn't one of his people. It was Bentley.
He actually did it.
He did it. Fox News, I think Fox News, right after we got the call, they went out there. They got her, I think he advertised on some of those stations. So their fix to it was they rented her a room at one of the hotels so she could take a shower. That's what
the ongoing.
That's what Fox did. Yeah. Well, not for like a long time, just for that day, so she could go take a shower.
Oh my God.
Because I think she found him on Fox, one of these infomercial type deals.
Yeah.
That went down, and then it was just horrible, man. It was horrible. But ultimately, she ended up okay.
So she's fine now.
She's fine now. Yeah, but I mean, I couldn't believe
My understanding is people that get those things, they're only there for about an average of 2 years.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things.
We got to find a company that does them, because I will say this. I get once a month someone's asking, I need to buy one, who should I buy it from? And they're not cheap, they're 15 grand. Those stupid walk-in tubs.
Well, the actual cost is $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, I know. But they sell them. And they're easy to sell. Here's why. Because the fucking government pays for them most of the time.
They never sell them for under 15 grand.
But they only cost $2.
Yeah,
or less if you're ordering a shitload from China.
We were thinking about maybe looking into doing it.
You should, Courtney. If you could get those cheap enough, then you find a couple contractors that'll install them.
Oh my
You'll
God.
You'll make a
guaranteed sales, right? Because they're paid for by the government.
The government's paying for
Yeah, you don't have to worry about.
These are the ones, if I were you, if you really did it, I'd get a couple of your own guys or a plumber you hook up with, and you just do them. You do them for 10.
Hey, could you go get Karen in there and get the name and call that warranty company ahead of time? Why don't we get you proactive on this?
Get started today at Deed.com.
The problem is, Mark, do people even care if it's 10,000 versus 15 if they're not the ones?
No, they don't give a shit.
Well, that's the problem.
And I said that too. You know what? If we Tom and I were thinking of selling them. Here's the reality. You would sell.
Well, we do, but I'm saying the consumers
you
that
would
are going to buy it.
when you're selling to the government, though. You would
not
sell
all
for what they
Medicaid,
pay.
though, and Medicare doesn't get 100%. They're not all Medicaid.
No, some people just buy them. Sure.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here. The Raleigh House is addiction treatment, and that is a serious topic. They have multiple locations. They're providing an information line for all of my listeners. It's wonderful. If you call with full confidence, you and confidentiality, and it's complimentary, they will tell you anything you need to know about addiction, about treatment, about the length of treatment, the cost of treatment, insurance, about what they do in treatment, what different options are available, are there free treatment programs, what is involved with an addict's life, how do I know he or she is an addict, how do I approach them, what kind of things do I look for in their behavior, like is there anything that would indicate a habit? So call this number if you ever need help with an addict in your life, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. It's sponsored by theRaleighHouse.com. Okay. Can you imagine getting a letter saying you owe money from a 1994 bill? How would you ever prove you owed it? They say, we want $4,500 or we're going to put a lien on your property. Now, here's the problem. That thing they said they're going to put a lien, that led me to believe they may have more than just a bill from 1994. They may have a judgment which you can keep alive indefinitely. You just keep renewing it. Some are good for 6 years, 20 years, depending on the judgment. But here's the thing, okay, and this is important. If you ever were served that much time ago and you never showed up, even if you did not owe the money, if they got a default judgment, it's too late to do anything about it. So the question is this just a bill they're trying to collect? Then they're out of luck. They're never going to be able to collect. Or, unless you voluntarily pay, or is it a judgment? So let's find out. Kim, do you know, are they referencing a case number?
Yes, they gave us a case number.
I think it's a judgment.
Okay.
Now,
you got to make sure they renewed it, though.
That's right. So you have to give us a case number, which we then will research.
Do you remember going to court or getting served?
No, nothing at all.
Well, okay. Kim, this was 1994. The letter could have come in 95, in 96. So basically, it would have been at the, what? It's 20 years ago. Would you remember it?
No, not really.
Okay. Did you ever have any collection notices back then?
No, we haven't.
Were you guys always pretty mindful of bills?
Yes.
Okay.
And my wife, like I asked her about this, her mail and stuff, and she said the same thing, that she can't recall that.
I don't want to know your last name, but here's what I do want to know. Is it a Hispanic last name?
Yes.
Okay. Something called ghosting happens, unfortunately, with Hispanic last names and with black households or in black neighborhoods. And it's the most racist, hateful thing in the world. But years ago, here's what a collector told me. The Mexicans and blacks don't keep records, and they're very lax on responsibility. Therefore, even when they pay a bill, they may not be able to prove it. So they would go into the records and find old bills, and they would resurrect them. That's why it's called ghosting. And they would go after people that did not pay, and some people who did pay, because they would think they'll never know. That's how disgusting these rat bastards are. And they would go out and do it, and then try to scare people into paying. So what we need to do is investigate this case, Kim. So hold on. Give Suzanne the information, or perhaps she'll give us an email and you can show us photos of it. We want to investigate to see if there's an active judgment, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Our help center, 303-771-HELP. 771-4357 for comparing your insurance coverages. Do we have any examples of savings?
We do. We got a few that came in here.
Good.
I just grabbed a couple here to give you, but one of them was a person that called in. They had state minimum liability limits, so they had $25,000 of liability. They're with Allstate right now. We just shopped them around. We found them a rate with Nationwide, and increased their coverage by 4 times, so they're now up to $100,000 per person.
Wow!
And we saved them $700 a year on the package.
Hold on. They're saving $700 a year and quadrupled their coverage.
Right. Yep. And we see that all the time. I mean, people, especially with Geico, because they're choosing their own.
Who were they with previous?
This was Allstate.
Yeah, Allstate sucks.
Yep.
All right.
But Geico, I see that frequently because people choose their own coverages and don't realize it. Now, this one's a big one. This person called. They're with a company called MetLife right now.
Yeah.
And they have 2 young drivers and have a nice size house. So they're paying a lot for insurance. Their premium, but they only had $100,000 of liability on their auto. And their total bill, they were paying $13,500 for auto and home insurance a year.
With only $100,000 of coverage.
With only
on
$100,000.
liability.
We are moving them, or we got a quote here from another carrier, and it's nationwide private client. It's a higher end market for homes that are over $1 million, that kind of thing. And we added a $2 million umbrella and saved them $4,500 a year.
Mark, did you just hear that? They saved them $4,500 a year and added a $2 million umbrella.
That's crazy.
Those people must be so happy. If you're listening, thanks for trusting us. You saved a bunch of money, didn't you? Karen, what happened with this advanced warranty? It's an aftermarket warranty. What car is this? A car you've had for a while?
No, it'll be a year old to me.
Okay.
Used car to me.
Where did you buy the warranty? At the dealer?
No, it was one of those, like, you know, they call you and say.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those.
So, how much did you pay for this advanced warranty?
Well, it's a monthly thing.
How much?
$130. I think it was like 31. It's kind of an oddball number.
Right, $131 a month for this warranty. Have you ever used it?
No.
Okay, and what's the problem with it?
Well, my van, I have a 2012 Quest, Nissan Quest, and right out of the blue, it tanked. Like, my husband was coming home from a doctor's appointment.
What do you mean, right out of the blue, just one day, you mean?
Like, it tanked. Like, it just quit working. Like, I quit.
How long after you bought the warranty did it tank?
About 4 months.
Okay, all right. So 4 months later, it tanked, and are they refusing to cover it?
Yes.
And I'll tell you why coming up. Because this is the big mistake people make when they buy an extended warranty. Bright Light Chiropractic is a chiropractor for the family. Well, he can be for you too. Deputy Dan goes there, I go there. You can get a complete evaluation and workup that most chiropractors want, right? But it's only $50 with x-rays, digital x-rays, and thermal scans, and a consultation for $50. Adjustments are just $50 unless you buy them in a group like I do, and they're $30. They can be $35 depending on how many you get. And this is what's wonderful. He's fast, convenient, targeted approach, meaning he uses a gentle targeted adjustment, targeting nerves that cause the misalignments. And then once you're free of that, your body starts healing itself. He does the torque release technique, it's called. He's a family chiropractor as well, and you can do all of your scheduling online. First of all, go online and read about him. You'll love it. University and County Line, a chiropractor who does chiropractic, not phony baloney, stem cell therapy, not all of this other garbage. He does true chiropractic. BrightenYourFamily.com. BrightenYourFamily.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Wow, Brian, you know what I love? The big one. As a matter of fact, there's another guy right now on the phone with one of the agents who wants to call in. What, is it 303 Martino? Is that the number they call for?
Or 713-8255. Did you read that email I sent to that listener?
I know, but I will. Oh, you mean the, what, just now or what?
No, the guy that sent it was saying, why am I being involved?
Yes, I did.
Dave Savage. I know Dave, that kind of Dave. My daughter plays his grandma.
I cannot believe this woman beat the hell out of this 10-year sitting congressman. Oh, she also wants to get rid of ICE.
I think one of your friends, I won't say the name since we're still on, but
You know, there's a disturbing trend
the record over accounts
of people that are winning elections with these beliefs. And I think they're...
It's all in the district, though. This district is way different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd say it goes on both sides, too, because there's some pretty hardcore, super ultra-conservative people when they're in certain areas, too.
Well,
Yeah,
there
it's
was,
it's going this way.
It is. It's weird, because you'd think
well, next
the way the elections have been going, things would skew towards the center, but people are getting more polarized.
It's amazing. 28-year-old. I mean, really, I listened to her interview this morning at 5. It was great. I mean, I don't agree with anything politically, but I wish some Republicans like that existed with more of my beliefs, because she's energetic, she's well-spoken, she's young, 28 years old, and she literally went door to door asking for this seat. That's how she got elected. She worked her ass off.
She had called to say, hey,
been there, done that.
10,400 doors for that divorce. And so I called
10-term congressman.
Which are his properties, which are yours?
Well, people are tired of the...
She truly is a socialist. She's proud of it. She said it. I am a socialist. She really isn't a Democrat.
No. I was just showing Courtney, it's disturbing how far apart things are going.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Jackson died.
Really?
Yep. That just happened.
He just toured last summer.
No, Joe
Jackson's father.
Michael
Jackson.
Oh.
I just watched the special last night on Michael Jackson.
Shit, I'll say.
I thought you were talking about, is she
people,
really going?
I know Michael and most of the family didn't like him, but...
Who, Joe?
Yeah. That dude, he did, man. He made it work. He fucking made those kids get up there and do it every day and practice, and man, he literally created their careers.
They made him out to be pretty abusive in the thing I saw last night.
You know, who's the guy that did America's Got Talent? Nick Cannon. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Yep. He was talking about who was. You don't know who Nick Cannon is?
He was married to Beyonce, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was married to Beyonce.
Not Beyonce. It's he
I
was
thought
married
it
to
was
Mariah
Beyonce.
Carey.
Right.
That's who it was.
Who
that tall, skinny guy?
Yeah.
Who beat the hell out of Tina Turner all the time? Ike Turner. So he had this weird, bizarre interview not long ago I listened to, and he said Ike really made Tina Turner, and it was really weird when he was done. It was true, but he also beat the shit out of her, so it was kind of weird giving him any credit.
Yeah. Well, Sonny made Cher.
Did he beat the hell out of Cher?
No, she would have
No,
taken
no,
it.
no.
Didn't he die skiing or something weird?
Yeah, he had his head.
But Nick was saying that the reason she blew up so much was purely because of him, and he'll never get credit for the good stuff he did because he'll go down in history as just beating the shit out of her.
He definitely launched her musical career, no doubt. That was a great movie. Did you see that Angela Bassett film?
Years ago.
She did a great job with that.
I know. Watching a special on Michael Jackson, my God, I don't know how that doctor could have. My wife was telling that propanol that he was...
Because he paid him a shitload to do it.
Well, it's used for Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, that anesthetic he was giving Michael Jackson, propanol or propanol.
The poor bastard, the only way he could go to sleep was that shit. He couldn't fall asleep. He was so fucked up. And then I just read that Prince actually had some bad shit, man. He died from some...
You mean it wasn't what he was
It wasn't what he thought it was. It was like overdone or underdone.
Well, when you buy that shit off the street, you don't know what you're getting.
Who knows, yeah.
It was a long time ago. That's how
You would think it's going to be really hard to get opiates because of...
Oh, they are. Remember, we're starting to get calls. These places are just shutting down.
Stem cell therapy is something that right now is in all the media. Unfortunately, most of the stem cell therapy being advertised is just fake. It's not true living stem cells. So I advertise Centeno Schultz because it's a clinic of MDs in Broomfield. They were the first clinic in the country doing stem cell therapy. And that's where you get true stem cell therapy. And if it's not an alternative, they have other therapies available. CentenoSchultz.com. Centeno Schultz, it's SCHULTZ. You can also just Google Centeno, CENTENO, or Regenex. 303-963-9201. That's Living Stem Cell Therapy. Please don't get ripped off in this area. And there's a shortcut to not getting ripped off. Don't go to a chiropractor for stem cell therapy because you're not going to get it. 303-963-9201. So Karen has a problem. 4 months after she bought her vehicle, the warranty won't cover it. But 4 months after she bought the warranty, it won't cover the vehicle, a 2012 Nissan. Karen, in almost every used car warranty, everyone that I have seen, let's put it that way, there's a clause that says previous damage is not covered, previous wear and tear is not covered, and owner abuse is not covered. So really, on a 2012 Nissan van, what they would cover are manufacturer's defects. So, why did your engine quit?
That's the problem. We don't know.
Right. So you can find out, though. You can hire someone to find out, and when you find out, then you can go after the warranty if it's a manufacturer's defect. But how many miles on this, Karen?
A little over 80,000.
Not bad. Not bad. So listen, if the engine quit, there had to be a reason, and it's going to be easy to find out. But a warranty company does not have to pay to find out if they are covering it. But they usually have to give you a reason for not even looking at it. Did they even look at it?
They hadn't. We had it towed over to Woodman Nissan, and they looked at it.
And what did they say is wrong with it?
They hooked it up to their little computer thing and said, something in the transmission is toast. It just broke.
Okay. Did they say why?
No, they don't. So they're like, well, let's take the transmission all apart to figure out.
Well, they have to.
Problem.
Yes.
But that's at my expense.
That's, of course. That's called owning a vehicle. But that doesn't. I mean, who else would pay for it, Karen? It's your car.
That's what I thought the extended warranty is supposed to do.
No, the extended warranty is to fix it if it's their responsibility. When you tear it apart, if you find it's their responsibility, then they would pay for that tear down. But if it's not their responsibility, did you expect them to pay for that? In other words, do you expect them to pay to find out?
That was my intentions, I believe, yeah. I guess.
Okay. Do you know what? You're the same as 99% of everyone else believes that too, so you're not alone. People think when they buy a warranty that it's the warranty, it's their responsibility to find out if it's their responsibility. And it's not. So
because what I was thinking is because the car is only 6 years old and only has 80,000.
Right. You're in a different situation than a lot of people. Your used car warranty is a little better than people buy them with 100,000 miles on the car, and you're getting no coverage, zero coverage.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal. You have to find out why this transmission and it failed. And if it's in the scope of the warranty, it will be covered. I mean, they didn't turn it down, did they? They haven't made a decision, did they?
They flat out said we're not covering.
But they have to give you a reason. They said we're not covering it. Why?
Because they think it's a manufacturing problem.
Well, that's what a manufacturing problem is specifically what the warranty covers usually. What they don't cover is previous wear and tear or previous damage or something that was already lingering. So, Karen, do you have a letter declining coverage?
I have not. It's all verbal. It's been all on the phone.
All right, then we need the person's number to call them. Do you have the person you talked to?
Yes.
All right, if you hold on, we're going to, off the air, call the place. First, we have to find out why they turned it down. And then we need a copy of your warranty. Do you have it?
I have the book, yes.
It's a book?
A book of all the rules, and in the first couple of pages, it shows you which I can either fax to you, take
Good.
pictures.
What does it say? Take pictures. We need to know. All I care about are exclusions. But is there an exclusion for manufacturing defects? I mean, that's usually what a warranty covers.
I bet there is.
I did not see it.
Mark, that would be ridiculous.
Well, they are ridiculous.
Here's another trick, Karen, I want you to do. We're going to call them. But here's a trick. I want everyone to hear this. when you are turned down for a warranty or for an insurance claim, ask them to kindly highlight the policy language allowing them or what they believe supports their position. Do you understand that? Now you're making them take a stand. So you say to them, could you please highlight the language that you believe backs up your position? But first, let us call. 303-713-TALK. Mark is on the line. Go ahead, Mark. What's going on in your life, Mark?
Hey, I was calling to talk about how Compass Insurance has reduced my rate.
What happened? You called for an insurance checkup?
Yes, I did.
And what happened?
Well, I had farmer's insurance for our 2 cars for the longest time, and called for a checkup, and they're saving me well over half in payment.
Holy crap. That is really good. I'm happy that you were able to get that. You know, we have another one. A guy emailed us. He saved $5,700. This is Dave. $5,700. So call to get your insurance checkup free of charge. 303-771-HELP. 771-4357. Then don't forget rollerauction.com and go to buy and build. You see, people, the advertising, the promotions, the marketing, the show, it's all with one thing in mind: to save you money. You will save a ton of money just listening to us today. You will. So we always say, you know, hundreds of millions of dollars recovered over the years in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. And that's what we mean. I hope you never need Joe Lazzara, a defense attorney. See, we have bankruptcy attorneys, hope you never need them. Personal injury attorneys, hope you never need them. Joe is a criminal defense attorney. Most of the time, my listeners call him because they drank, they drove, or they miscalculated. It wasn't a flagrant, hey, I'm going to drink and drive. It's just that they were at a barbecue or something and they thought they could calculate. Listen, if you want to do that, get yourself a handheld breathalyzer. That's probably the best thing to do, really. Joe takes no delight in defending DUIs, but I will tell you this. Even if you want to plead guilty and move on, you still need an attorney to get you through the system. You really do. Joseph A. Lazzara, attorney at law, if you're ever accused of a crime, and DUI is a crime. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
This report is brought to you by Firestone Complete Auto Care.
There's a few trouble spots here and there throughout town. South of town, got a crash southbound I-25 approaching Toma Road. Solid backups to Wolfsenberger on that stretch. Back in town, crash being cleared northbound 225 at Colfax. And now there's a possible crash southbound I-225 there, coming off the ramp from westbound I-70. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion. Westbound 270 stop and go approaching Vasquez. And off highway, got a closure of...
People really think that they have some sort of an advantage of bidding live, even though they're not all listening to the show. I mean, it goes into extending bidding. If somebody outbids them with 10 seconds left, the other person gets 3 minutes to count.
So it doesn't,
people think
kind
like,
of
if I just wait until the last second and then bid,
that they're going to get it and be closed. Yeah.
You got some rugs that are $3.
Just out of curiosity, like the ones that you mentioned, like the slate, did they get bid on after you mentioned it?
Not yet.
What does it look like?
So these are all the different items, for instance, that we're selling. This is 840 square feet of solid hickory hardwood flooring. Wow. It's at $2 a square foot right now, which is a really, really good price to the consumer and right about what I pay for it.
Okay.
So, I mean, during the sale part, if that goes up, it's like, here's a tile, like, here's that slate. Still doesn't have a single bid on it. I'm like, this tile underneath it, 10 cents a square foot. So they're getting 100 square feet of tile for $10. So, I mean, there's some really good deals to be had still.
Look under electrical supplies. I mean, he's got pallets of just
Well,
stuff.
so that was a tenant that left their stuff in their building and never paid rent at the end. So, like, there's really good deals there, though. I'm surprised they're still sitting so low, $5 for a whole pallet of electrical supplies.
Pallet of fluorescent light bulbs, $2. Now, granted, no one uses them, but
But there's T5s and T8s, so I mean, they're the ones there's some good.
I mean, it's crazy.
Not great.
What? No?
It's, you know.
The traffic is down?
Yeah, and I mean, it just could very well just all triple while it goes live, too. Like, so you don't really know. But right now I'm a little nervous. A little, you know, whatever.
You've never taken a loss.
Pessimistic. Oh, yeah, I take losses all the time on certain items, but usually overall the auction does okay. But right now my flooring's sitting so low that really a lot of this flooring I didn't pay for. A lot of it's from Pro Stores, and I just commit. I keep 30% of whatever it brings. He's gonna be upset.
Yeah. Is the hickory flooring the one that's
Hickory's mine,
that hand? You always hear it.
hand scraped or whatever. This one underneath is pre-finished one.
Okay.
Could very well be hand scraped. You could tell by looking at it usually. Yeah, see the little chatter marks on it? So that's a hand
I like that. Now, how much of that is there?
There's a whole pallet of it. Which is, what is that? 536 square feet.
Okay. And it's going right now
for $1.83 a square foot. But on unfinished product, it doesn't get hand scraped until the finishing process.
Okay.
So it's smooth right now. It's a good looking product though.
Yeah, I like that. And it looks like that wide flame.
Yeah, it's 5-inch.
I like that.
Where is all the stuff at your place? Is that where the
No, it's at Roller's facility.
That's how they do it?
Where are they located?
They're at 7500 York Street.
But
So
they do
we just go up there and send it all.
Don't they do auctions for all over the country or not?
Not really. Mostly local.
Oh, okay.
Mostly local. They do have
They're just
online
a
auctions
deal.
where they use proxy bid, which is nationwide. I mean, you could bid on this nationwide too, I guess, if you wanted to, but you have to pay for your own freight and shipping and all that jazz. So it makes it kind of tricky. But when they do heavy equipment auctions, they're selling cranes for $250,000 a piece. People all over the country will buy that because it's worth it. If they
Milk
get it.
chocolate.
Do you want me to get them back on the air? That's
Just
my
the color.
1994 judgment.
And I made that up.
Or 1994
Oh,
collection.
no, we have to figure this out first.
Okay,
I have to do some details.
let me know.
Sometimes color descriptions are like beige on the actual label, so I come up with dark stuff.
Yeah. Sounds like it's normal people.
The best was the granite. It was called Misty Mauve, and nobody wants to buy mauve.
There's no case number on here. There's no case number.
Join me Thursday morning at 8:06.
Yeah, get them back.
Maybe they mentioned a case number too.
Well, and it could be their own internal case number too.
Well, of course, yes.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
that's nothing.
Sounds like the IRS.
Go Cam, C-A-M, GoCamSolar.com. Then /Troubleshooter. It'll take you to the best solar company around, a solid solar company where you buy your system. Now, GoCamSolar.com /Troubleshooter is a form you fill out for an evaluation. They'll get back to you within 20 minutes with a 20-year performance prediction. If you have a great lot and it will produce enough to pay for itself, you'll save money from day one, and you'll get a 20-year bumper-to-bumper equipment warranty. And listen to this, no money out of pocket. You get tax credits and low-cost financing, so there's no money out of pocket, and you immediately save. Who's not in favor of that? And if you're going to stay in your house, it's a great thing. You own it. And if you're going to sell it, no one has to inherit a lease because you own the system and simply build it into the price. 720-449-2935. But just do this. GoCamSolar.com /Troubleshooter. All right, so roller auction, I'm telling you, people are going to, he's taking it, as they say in the shorts right now, because it's like there are flooring not even being bid on. 10 cents you can get it for. 10 cents. That's unheard of for real stuff. RollerAuction.com. Look for buy and build. It's a local auction. You can go pick up the stuff. So 303-713-TALK. Is Roberta new? Let's talk to George. Wants to know about airline pricing. We were going to do a follow-up. Mark, have you checked the prices today to see if they...
I can do it right now.
Let's do it. So after the hour, at the top of the hour, we'll come back right after noon and talk about it.
people alleged airline pricing would be more using the same IP if we waited a day. Not by the sheer fact that we're closer to departure, but because we waited, they kept track of the IP and will purposely hike it. That's what they claim airlines do. So what we're going to do is check the pricing, and then we're going to check it on another IP that they don't know to see if it's the original price it was yesterday. Because that's the thing, not if it increases, but if it increases only for that IP. That's the only thing I care about. Now, Roberta, you say you are yet another person who spent $18,000 with Dr. Dean Jones at Denver Spine. Is that right?
Yes.
Did he tell you it was stem cell therapy?
Yes.
And how long ago did you have this done?
It was the first of the year, around March.
And did you have any results?
None. Yeah, $18,000 less.
What does he say about that?
Oh, I tell you, he talked with my daughter. My daughter works in the medical field, and she told him a bunch of things that he was doing against HIPAA and other things that he shouldn't have done.
Like against HIPAA? What does that mean?
HIPAA is...
No, I know, but how would he be violating HIPAA?
Well, the things that he did, and what I'm trying to say is, she had all these conversations with him, and he sent her emails, which she still has in her phone, which would be interesting.
What did he say in those emails?
Well, she threatened him to go to, the HIPAA people. And
okay, here's what I want to know. What does he say about the stem cell therapy that did not work?
Well, he can do it again.
That's what he says, free of charge?
Oh, no.
They won't even do it free of charge.
Oh, no. And he also said, now, I can do wonders for your back. And this was after he just gave me the shot. He says, I can make miracles for you. And I said, yeah, okay, well, when nothing happened on the other ones that I got.
So wait a minute. His solution to help you, Dr. Dean Jones, what's his phone number, by the way, Suzanne? Because I'm tired of this guy hiding. What's his phone number?
Well, let me tell you, after she got through talking to him and threatened him, is when he changed the name.
So I think that he went out of business and changed his name on purpose.
He didn't go out of business. He just changed the name.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by going out of business.
Yes.
I think that he purposely did it.
Oh, he did. And he was scared to death. I don't think anyone else threatened him like my daughter did.
How did she threaten him?
To go to HIPAA and other things.
Well, you keep seeing HIPAA, and anyway, that's probably the weakest argument you have. But let's talk about the false advertising. He said it was living stem cell therapy. His seminar. Did you go to his seminar?
Oh yeah.
And what did they say? Did they talk about stem cell therapy?
Yes. Not
okay.
completely, because most of the people are there that know nothing about it, actually, and don't know what questions to ask.
But did he ever claim it was living stem cell therapy?
I'd have to ask my daughter. I don't really remember.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the truth, just so I can balance this. Mm-hmm. What he was doing wouldn't hurt people, and it was amniotic fluid, which does have some benefit. I want to give a fair disclaimer. It is not living stem cells, like he said. And also, they exaggerate what even living stem cell does. They exaggerate.
Oh, yeah.
But Dr. Dean Jones refuses to return our calls. Maybe he'll return yours. Here's his cell number, 951-907-6618. 951-907-6618. Let's see what he has to say. We're going to call him again as well. This sucks. And we're going to see if he can answer to this. Let's call him. And he's not the only chiropractor doing
fraud. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. You've heard me talk a lot about stem cell therapy. I've done extensive research, which led me to Centennial Clinic right here in Colorado. They're internationally recognized.
Okay, there we go. $492.78. $492.78. Exact same price. Travel out.
I am really
He's not running anymore, is he, anywhere?
No.
Somebody got a pen? You got an extra pen? Travelocity is identical. Let me look at the other one.
You need always keep scrap paper in here too.
Is this the summary that you posted on Facebook, the summary of what we did?
I can give it to you to post after here.
No. Or did you post the raw video from the first time?
Oh, no, the summary.
Good. That was a good.
The produced. Good. That was over a year ago, man. That was May 23rd, it said. Okay, so Priceline.
This is a Fox News alert. Immigration reform fails again.
I can't believe that many people called claiming that yesterday, but yet it's never happened to any of us.
Fox's Jared Halpern, live on Capitol Hill.
The Republican compromise measure divided the GOP. Dozens voting no.
You travel much, Courtney? Yeah. Do you have? We had a call yesterday claiming that if you call and get a price from the airline, if you call the next day, it's much higher.
From the same number. Yeah, I don't know if I'd buy that.
And then, but if you use another computer to go to, it's the same. That they're jacking it up on purpose. I know it gets higher the closer you get because I really got screwed.
Well, I mean, depends. If you start 6 months out, sometimes 4 months out, you get a better deal.
Yeah, I missed a 20-day window and had to pay almost full price for a ticket because of a funeral. But had I been able to go the day before, when I called the day before it was less, I called the next day, but it was because I missed the 20-day window. I get that. But
I don't think people do it. I think maybe by circumstance because you're closer to the flight, and if you're trying to buy a ticket a week before the flight.
All these people called.
They start selling tickets.
How many people called? A lot of people called.
In fact, if you go to the flight, the actual airline's website, sometimes it'll say there's 3 tickets left at this price. And if those 3 get sold, then next time you go, it's more.
3, 4, 5.
A lot of people would say that.
7 people called and said that was true. That it goes up.
And it's on the certain
if you use
broker websites like Priceline and stuff, or
no,
like Southwest.com.
I think
I did both.
You did both, okay.
I did 2 direct and then 2. I did Priceline, Travelocity, Southwest, and Frontier.
Okay.
And I'm on my second one right now. The first one was identical. Their claim is if you use the same IP, it changes.
I don't know if I buy that. But if that's
why would they jack it up when you know you're shopping? That's the question. It's a terrible business model to jack up the airline fare because they know you called before.
Well, the only thought I would have is that they might make people think that, oh man, if I keep waiting, the rate's going to go up, and then just buy it.
What are you finding?
I'll tell you on there.
Okay, but I also want to find if it goes back, if it is up, I want to do an update on this one to see if it is at the original price. Because this will have a different. Which Wi-Fi are you on there?
I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on.
Okay, good.
I'm hardwired, and I double-checked it's the exact same IP.
Then I'm going to do.
Which
TSN should I go to? TSN 24 or TSN 5?
I don't know what the passwords are. Log on to that one right there. Give them that claim.
Okay, I got that. I got that one.
Let's see. I did the wrong date here. I want to go to July.
The staircase. You seen it yet?
No, I haven't either. What is it?
The docu-series. So it's a documentary series, but it's
that's like Pure Evil or some evil genius.
Or like and I haven't seen that one, but Making a Murderer and those kind of ones.
Yeah.
If you like
them, a drama.
Like
The Night Of was a total drama.
Well, yeah, no, this is it's actual.
What is it about?
Michael Peterson, who was convicted of killing his wife. No, different.
That was Scott Peterson.
Yeah. This was
weird because a big tennis
got
Scott Peterson looked
he got convicted of her. She fell down the stairs.
Okay.
And it's actual footage of it, and now it takes a few twists. It's really good. I like those kind of shows, but this one's really well done. It's amazing. You almost think it's acting. You think that they can't have this kind of footage, but they do.
What's it called?
The staircase.
303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
She needs to send me information by email so I can put her on my list.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Pro Auto Care, your car nanny. If you're looking for great service, repairs, go with a place that's been in business 26 years, Pro Auto Care. We love bragging about good people. We have open lines, 303-713-TALK. You can get right through, and that's 303-713-8255. We also have in an hour an auction closing, rollerauction.com. Look for buy and build. You're going to save a ton of money there on all kinds of stuff, floor coverings for as little as 10 cents a square foot, and plumbing fixtures, electrical fixtures, anything, cabinets, whole full kitchens of cabinets for $1,000 or under. And then we have our insurance checkups going on at the Help Center. We have so much going on, so you got to pay attention. The Help Center is 303-771-HELP, and that'll go on till 4. You call up, compare your coverages, and they'll tell you if you have a great deal or not. We've saved people up to $6 grand today, a year, on their coverage with cars and stuff. I mean, talking about individuals saving that much in 1 year. Can you imagine with one phone call saving that? Anyway, with Pro Auto Care, you have an honest, great repair shop at any time you need them. They're your car nanny, and what I love about them is they keep track of your car. So they send you reminders when you need stuff, and that's why I call them your car nanny. But what I really like is that you have roadside assistance in between each and every repair. Yeah, roadside assistance. So you're always in the Pro Auto family. 303-PRO-AUTO or 303proauto.com. So let's go to the phones because this is important. And Adam's got a Craigslist question, and we're also talking about. I want to remind people we're continuing our investigation into the fake stem cell therapy. Karen was the latest. No, not Karen. One woman that just called, and she was saying that she paid 18 grand from Dr. Now he's not the only chiropractor doing phony stem cells. Is Dean Jones? He's not the only one. There are others. So, Adam, what do you want to talk about with Craigslist?
Hey, Tom, I sold a small aluminum fishing boat on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I had a bill of sale, did everything, helped the guy load it into his truck. And the last time I used the boat, it did not leak. I get a call a couple days after the sale. He said it's leaking and he wants to undo the deal.
Well, did you sell it as is?
Yes.
You know, you have one of the few items. I'm not saying this guy has a case where he may have a case. One of the few items, meaning that a boat is a boat and should float. In other words, you can assume that it at least floats. But if it's just a small leak or a maintenance issue, that's different than if it just sinks. Now, you can claim you sold it as is, but he can claim it was as is, meaning a boat. You see, like for example, let me say I sold you a TV as is, right? But inside the TV were a bunch of rocks. And you said, wait a minute, you sold me a box of rocks. And it looks like a TV because the screen is still there. And I said to you, oh no, this was as is. And this is a rock holder. And I made it look like a TV so you can put it next to your wood-burning stove, or excuse me, next to your whatever you want, and it wouldn't look weird. Well, you would say, wait a minute, a TV is a TV. Now, it doesn't even have to work as a TV, but it can't be a box of rocks. So your boat, if you said, well, it's as is, and it's not really a boat, it's you stand it up on end and put a statue in it and put it on your lawn, then it would be weird. You know, you would say it's a shrine. But you're not saying it's not a boat. So why isn't it floating?
It is. It's a small leak from what he said.
Then that's different.
It is
That's like selling a car as is that has a maintenance issue.
Okay, but how do I know he didn't drop the boat in his driveway or at
I
the
just
boat?
said it's like selling a car with a maintenance issue. You don't have to do anything. I mean, what's the guy going to do? How much did he spend for this?
$400.
All right, what is he going to do? He's going to sue you in small claims court or what?
He wants to undo the deal.
All right, that's your choice.
Why did you sell a boat that doesn't float?
You know, it doesn't. It does float. It just leaks. That's why I asked that specifically. If it didn't float, you might have a problem. But
when I used it, it did not leak at all.
What's that? Well, did you tell him it did not leak?
I did. I told him.
You told him when I last used it, it did not leak at all.
Yep, that's why I'm wondering if he dropped it when he unloaded it out of his truck or something happened.
What difference does it make? Were you calling to ask me what? There is no law on this. It's not like, you know, I mean, there is nothing that there is nothing. I mean, you do what you want. It's open, is what I'm saying. You can give it, you can undo it if you want. You don't have to. He can sue you if he wants. He doesn't have to. It's just open water, man.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing legal here. I mean, in other words, nothing's been done. It's if you want to do it, you can. If he wants to do it, he can. It's uncharted water since we're talking about a boat. 303-713-TALK. By the way, Flexidentofcolorado.com. One guy said he tried the website, Flexident.com. It's Flexident, and it's not just Flexident Colorado, it's Flexident of Colorado.com. Flexident of Colorado.com. And that's for the paintless dent repair. So if you're looking for those guys, that's what it is. Flexident of Colorado. Okay, and by the way, your insurance sometimes on that prefers it so much they sometimes waive deductibles. I'm not saying it'll happen in your case, but in some cases they do that. Hey, Megan, what's going on with you?
Well, I rented a home.
Oh, Megan, hold on. I can't understand a word. Are you on a Bluetooth?
No, I had you on speaker.
Now I can understand every word. What's going on?
Well, I went about the business of renting a home from Invitation Homes on April 30.
Now, what's Invitation Homes? What is it?
It's just a website that manages homes across the country.
Okay.
So they have, like, you go to their website and you have to pick which city your home is in.
Was this a vacation rental? Was this a vacation rental?
No. It was an actual home for us to live in for a year. And when we got here, we didn't have the code to get in, and they had like $5,000 of our dollars. We ended up sleeping on the curb. And then because I went and got a hotel room for the night for my daughters, and anyways, I just wanted them to reimburse that. And
for just hold on. That was just one day, one night that happened.
Oh my God! I'm on number 15 maintenance worker today.
Okay, but hold on one sec, Megan. One thing at a time. You said you wanted to be reimbursed. For what?
I did. Just for the hotel stay, because we didn't have entry to the home, and they told us that they wouldn't do that.
Why did you not have entry to the home?
We simply didn't have the code to get in. It was a mistake on the part of the moving coordinator.
Are they admitting that?
No. In fact, he's been fired, and the only person I had contact with is gone from the company.
Okay, so that's issue number one, is the hotel. What else?
Well, we moved in, and there was smell coming from the basement, and our washer leaked a little, and we found black mold, and the whole basement just smelled very badly, and so they sent workers out on the 10th to remediate said mold, but then after that, nothing happened, and we didn't have use of half the house.
What do you mean nothing happened?
Meaning it was still in the same condition 7 weeks later with the same piece of equipment running in the basement.
Okay, so in other words, when you say half the house was not usable, what do you mean?
So if upstairs is 750 in square feet and downstairs is 750 in square feet, and as you're going down the stairs, there's plastic and a zipper that you have to go through to get to the basement.
Okay, so does Invitation Homes own the home?
Yes.
They own these homes. They don't just manage them.
Correct. They're the homeowner and the landlord.
Okay. And what do they say? What do you want right now?
Well, I asked Denver County Code Enforcement to come out, and they did, and essentially went about the business of giving a report to Invitation Homes and myself, asking them to finish this work in 30 days because it wasn't okay to be renting us a space.
Okay, that's good. So they gave them 30 days to finish, right?
Right.
Okay. And so where are we in that 30 days?
Well, again, I didn't realize it, but workers showed up at 10 this morning, and they're now trying to replace the drywall downstairs, and there's some forward movement.
Good. So what do you want now? What do you want, Megan? I mean, it sounds like you're doing the right stuff as far as getting things going. What do you want?
Well, I don't want to pay $1,980 a month for a house that I only got to use part of.
I'm asking,
and
what do you want?
Air conditioned.
I'm asking.
I want money back.
Okay,
I want money back.
How much money back?
Well, not just the deposit. I would also like credits for the square footage that wasn't usable for the time that we were here.
What do you mean deposit back? What do you mean that?
Well, you know, all leases have a deposit.
Well, sure, but that's
required. But my deposit to have a $750 non-refundable dog deposit. So if I leave, and they said they would send me a paper saying that I could get out of the lease and I could leave, but then they never did that.
Good. So that's what you want, is out of the lease. See, that's what I suggest you do.
The paper.
Huh?
Right. But I don't have the ability to get out of the lease. They actually never sent it to release me from this. And so instead I went and looked at a couple of other homes that were entirely not doable.
So you want, you said you wanted reimbursement and you want to leave, both?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
so in other words, you
you
want to get out of the lease, and then you want to get a partial refund for the parts of the house not used, and of course for your deposit.
Right.
Okay. That's reasonable. So you want...
I think so.
Well, of course, and the non-refundable dog deposit would be if you stayed there a while. If you're only there for how long?
7.5 weeks so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like your dog did any damage. I mean, I think we would try to fight for you to get your money back, a reasonable credit. You know, you're not going to get all of your rent money back, but a reasonable credit.
No.
But yeah. I think I think they'd be happy to do that. Do you have another place to move into?
Well, again, without those funds to
offer I'm asking you, if you have that money, how are you going to do it? Because there's going to be, if they give you the money, they're going to want you out pretty quickly. So how are you going to work it?
Right. I don't know. I'm winging it, Tom, by the seat of my pants.
So how many kids do you have?
2.
Okay. What we might have to do is figure something out where you have to maybe compromise a little just so you can get all that back. But you're not going to get all. How much? Your rent is how much?
$1,980 a month.
God. Okay. Now, you're not going to get all of that back, but you've been there a month. Did you pay your second month's rent?
Yes.
Wow.
So they're holding a little over $7,200, and we've been here a little over 7 weeks.
Okay.
So it's about $1,000 a week so far to be their maintenance person.
Well, I understand. I understand, Megan. Megan, the deposit money should come back to you, and then partial rent should come back to you. I agree with you. Okay, so if you say half the house, maybe $1,000 a month comes back to you, and then your deposit. What I'm saying is,
and that's more than enough to move somewhere.
Yeah, of course it is. But hold on, wouldn't you be? I'd feel comfortable arguing that. Are you sure that still has plastic up, and they have not freed that area?
They're in it right now. I mean, I could take a picture of
do that for us
now and send it to you.
Do that for us.
Okay.
All right, hold on, Megan. How old are your kids?
21 and 17.
All right. Hold on. 303-713-TALK. Listen, this mom shouldn't have to be in these conditions. If they will let her out, she'll leave. But they should give her some credit, and I think you can negotiate that, Clint. I really do. I've heard you negotiate.
I got those airline results coming up.
Oh, airline results coming up. And don't forget rollerauction.com. Look for buy and build. And then our insurance help center for insurance checkup, 303-771-HELP. Right now, Ideal Home Loans is talking about people buying now. And, of course, if you are buying now, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com is the guy to call. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Frank will take you to places that you didn't even know existed. He gets them when they come right on the market. He even talks to people before they go on the market because he lists a lot of these homes. He has more listings than almost any real estate broker around, and he can sell the ones he lists to you before they even go on the market. So he plays both sides for the benefit of everyone. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. What else do you have to say for people buying, Brent?
Well, Tom, here's the thing. Take advantage of this lull in interest rates that we've seen because it does help your purchasing power. It allows you to get more home for a lower monthly payment. And we continue to see this trend with properties, the limited inventory remains, and that's driving up prices. So the sooner you get in the game, the better off you're going to be, and the better off you're going to be long term in terms of buying. And it's a process we can make it very simple and easy. We can get you pre-approved up front. You can take advantage of our 3-week closing guarantee that's like making an offer with cash, and get yourself out ahead of the pack so you don't overpay when you buy your home.
And you can do it with idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000.
This report is brought to you by Gutter Monster.
There's an unusual situation on the south part of town, northbound I-25 at Lincoln Avenue. There's actually a brush fire there in the median off of the highway and the off-ramp there. It's not blocking the highway, not causing any delays. Just watch out for fire crews and police off to the shoulder there. Traveling into town, you're going to see some slow speeds on northbound I-25 north of Hamden and northbound I-25. Slow downtown from Downing traveling up towards Colfax. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion. Westbound 270 stop and go approaching Vasquez. The weather forecast: slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms with a high of 96. Right now, a few clouds and 92. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Save 25% on new Windows Plus, a free upgrade to triple pane with K&H Home Solutions. Make your own appointment at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. You can trust K&H, 62 years in business. khwindows.com.
Hey, Jessica, I haven't seen you in a while. Wow, you look fabulous.
Thanks.
Okay, I gotta know, what is your secret?
Well, you're not gonna believe this. It's not one of those $100 creams or lotions either.
Do tell.
I'll let you in on a little secret. It's the Ultimate HA formula from Purity Products.
Really?
It combines hyaluronic acid and collagen in a capsule.
In a capsule?
Yeah, it hydrates my skin, and women love that. And get this, it also cushions my joints.
Wow.
So, Ultimate HA is great for beautiful skin and healthy, flexible joints.
Huh.
You know, guys love it too, especially when they hit 50. Give it a try.
I bet it cost a fortune.
No, it doesn't. You can get a free bottle of Ultimate HA today.
Wait, did you say free?
Give them a call. That's what I did.
For your free bottle of Ultimate HA capsules, just pay for shipping and call now. 1-800-218-9032. 1-800-218-9032. Call now. 1-800-218-9032.
Michael Brown, afternoons 4 to 7.
A former Obama official and now running for the gubernatorialship in Ohio compares Republicans to Nazi collaborators. Join me Wednesday at 4 for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. David Salisbury, call him if you have estate issues, wills, probate, estate planning. David Salisbury. Don't ever let a conflict ruin the estate, and go to a public trustee. And if you have any questions at all, he gives free advice. If you just call him, free initial consultations, and he'll answer all your questions. And he does what's called flat rate pricing. So if you want a will, starts at $600. If you want a trust, starts around $2,000. 720-493-3911. 720-493-3911. David Salisbury. Okay, so, Bruce dropped off.
All right, you ready for some airline results?
Here's what happened. People claim when you log on, the travel sites keep track of your IP, and that's who you are. And when you come back on the same IP and look at the prices, they purposely increase them. Now, I think they could encounter increased prices the day later, but the real question is, are they just for that IP? Because this guy claimed when he went on another computer, he was able to get the original price. Now, that would be the proof right there. Not if they go up, but if on another computer with another IP, they're at a lower price. So, Mark?
Well, 2 days ago, so on the 25th, I logged in at about this time, did Travelocity Priceline, which are two, aftermarkets, and then two directs. I did Frontier and Southwest. Priceline, exact same price, $492.84. And by the way, interesting enough,
the same price.
The same price now. Interesting enough, I did the same flights too. I did, except for the Southwest one, I did the exact same Frontier flights on Priceline, Travelocity,
well, when
and
you say
Frontier.
the same price, you did the same time for each one, too. You meant the same exact flight number. But on the Southwest, it's the same flight, too. It's just because it's the same exact time, the same airport, right?
It's the same days, but Southwest is their own airlines.
Okay.
On Travelocity and Priceline, I actually chose the exact flight I did on Frontier going both ways.
No, I understand.
But it's interesting because Priceline is $492.84. Travelocity is $492.78. If I went direct with Frontier, they're actually cheaper by $20 at $472.80. So you don't save any money. Yeah, it's just a little side note. You're cheaper to go directly to Frontier than using a third party. Now, Southwest did change, but it's ridiculous, the change. They have three different ways on Southwest: business class, normal, and then their want-to-get-away fare. The want-to-get-away fare increased by $2. The business class decreased by 11. No, I'm sorry, the business class decreased by 9, and then the one in the middle decreased by 11.
So there's really
changed.
no need to even go further because they did not go up a bit, and it was the same exact IP.
And I screenshotted the IP from 2 days ago just so I'd remember. I looked at it again today. Nothing has changed.
Now,
same
I'm
computer.
sure all the conspiracy theorists will have a reason why it did not work. They're going to go, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. But what we found is...
Same date, same everything.
Not going down.
Same idea.
Not going up. Bruce, what's going on with you?
With me?
Yes, Bruce. Hi. What's happening?
Hi. I canceled a auto warranty contract about 2.5 months ago, 10th of April, to be exact.
An auto warranty. Was this for a new car warranty you bought?
It was a used car.
Okay. And how long did you have the warranty?
It was about 10 months.
And I'm going to assume you went through the proper thing and you got a confirmation, right?
Oh, yeah.
How much of a refund did they say you had coming?
$862.
Do you have that in writing?
Yes.
Good.
They sent me a letter.
Good. And so what happened?
Well, I keep calling them and asking them where it is because I've not received it. And they indicated that it was in transit on May the 11th. And
what company is this?
This is Delta Auto Protect.
And it's that. So that's the problem, plain and simple. You didn't get the refund they promised.
Right.
And the latest communication was when?
The latest communication was this letter on the 10th of April.
Well, you said you had something saying it was in transit.
Well, that was a contact that I made with them.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Over the phone.
The latest contact.
Well, the latest contact was just a few days ago.
And what did they say?
The fellow that answered the phone said, "Oh, somebody else is working that. Let me get with him." This was on Friday last week. He said, "Let me get with him and I'll call you back on Monday." Well, I never got the call. So Tuesday I called him. I had the guy's name and his extension.
And?
But when I dialed the extension, I get a recording that says, "Leave your name and number and we'll call you back." And I never get a call. I've never gotten a call from them or any kind of a communication at all since that letter back on April the 10th.
You know what's good is, though, you do have it in writing. That's what's good for you. It really is, because very seldom do we get something in writing. Suzanne, would you have him send us that letter, please, along with any other pertinent information. Don't write us a long list. Just that letter and a couple other details, and then we'll get somebody working on it, Bruce. That's what we do. We help people. You know, some of you people really have your stuff together, you know. And that, you know, that woman, Megan, with her home, I don't blame her for being upset, losing half of it, half of her home use because of Invitation Homes. I've never heard of them, but apparently they own a lot of houses, and they're renting them out. And there was mold in this. You know, kudos to them for getting after the mold and doing the repairs. But she wants out of her lease, and I think she has every right to want to be out of it. Okay.
I'm curious why.
Because half of it can't be used. They're just now replacing the drywall, and she's tired of it. And also, the first night, it put a bad taste in her mouth because she couldn't get access. She had to do a hotel. That I understand. But then she moves in, and she sees the mold,
all right.
The house. I don't know.
Fair enough.
She's just saying, you know what? I'm starting out on the wrong foot. I'd rather get out of it. Here's the better point. They said she could.
Well, that's great, but I bet they're thinking, too, great. She called Denver. She called the city on us. We have to do all this work. Now she wants to leave.
Well, true, but why should she stay while they're doing all the work? I mean, it's not fair to her. She's got two kids.
I agree with you.
And they're not kids. She has 2 adults living with her. All right. Insurance savings, Compass Insurance Group, we're doing our savings. We're doing our insurance checkup if you call 303-771-HELP. And we've been saving. I mean, this has been extraordinary. $5,000 and $6,000 with some of these people. One guy only saved $700, but quadrupled his coverage. What else, Brian?
Yeah, I think we hit a nerve with people that are adding young drivers onto their policy, because I just grabbed 4 of them real quick, and I'll just go. These are all people that have recently added young drivers, and this is what we were able to do. One is from State Farm. We moved them to Safeco. Saved them $744 a year and added an umbrella. So again, like I told you, we always want to increase liability when we add young drivers. Okay, next one, coming from Farmers, went to Safeco, $1,100 savings and added an umbrella. USAA, we moved them to Nationwide Private Client, saved $1,000 and added an umbrella. And then finally, another one from Farmers. They're just not very good with young drivers. But Farmers, we moved them to Acuity, another insurance company, saved $1,280 and added an umbrella.
Now, that's savings plus more coverage.
Right.
They're telling you the savings even after adding that extra coverage.
These ones like the General and that, what's that other guy, Fred
Loya.
Fred Loya. Those guys, I realize they always quote the least because they're going to a certain audience. But if you took, like, Progressive and took Fred Loya and did the exact same coverages, are they generally less the Fred Loya, or they're generally higher?
No, if you actually compare coverages, they're usually higher. But the bigger thing that we deal with on your show, the people that we deal with and we get involved with, people that had situations with the General or Fred Loya, they're not even calling them back. They can't even get coverage.
Yeah, they suck.
All right, now, this is something important. I talked about it yesterday or the day before. Cracker Jack mudjacking. What the heck is that? What is mudjacking? It's probably one of the most misunderstood things in construction. If you have a home and your concrete is sinking in any way or the corner dropped off, you don't have to replace it. Most of the time, you can lift that concrete, you can fill the voids underneath with special equipment and make it rock solid again where it will not move. And it's called mudjacking. Cracker Jack mudjacking takes a slurry mix of mud and concrete. They mix it together at a perfect combination that mimics the soil and the bedrock. And then they pump it in. They can get into your basement with special equipment, or they can get into your garage or tight spaces, sidewalks or big slabs. No job is too big or too small. They'll give free estimates. They've been in business more than 20 years, and they guarantee 100% satisfaction. So get your problem with your concrete assessed. Get honest recommendations from Cracker Jack Mudjacking. And they go with the traditional mudjacking because it's environmentally friendly and will never move, unlike plastic. 303-410-7787, or look them up, crackerjackmudjacking.com. It's 303-410-7787. Or you can go to our referralist.com and just put in Cracker Jack or any form of the name Cracker Jack Mudjacking to find them.
This is Denver's Talk.
Are you getting any action at all?
Not really.
Uh-oh. You've never had a failure, though, have you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like what do you call failure?
Well, I mean, it's when your big items don't bring what you paid for.
So some disappointments there.
Because
that's a
I got a
consumer's
bunch
delight.
I got a bunch of them today. I mean, I guess what that does is it does make consumers more apt
We're gonna
to
have to
bid.
I'm calling family members to bid on this stuff, just like you said. And
I can like see certain items where there's certain bidder numbers that are bidding on a ton of stuff, and like the same item above it, he's bidding way more. So I know that if I bid against him, it'll boost up his bids, but that's a felony. So
Plus, you could get stuck.
well, I could get stuck.
That's what happens when people do that sometimes.
what happened with the airline?
The worst ones are those stupid ones where you buy credits to bid.
Oh, the visit or
So they'll give examples like this. I got a brand
big
new
screen TV for $5.
for $5, which is probably technically true, but he spent $200 buying the fucking credits to bid. So it's really
And
bullshit.
so did 500 other people that are bidding against him.
They ultimately sold that TV for like $20,000.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
And people really think they're so
They take
legit.
During this
one penny
next
each
segment, just throw that into
They
the
get 500 bids
work
to
something
get
out.
$5.
Okay.
And bids
Did I
are
miss the
quarter
airline
piece
thing?
or whatever.
The airline. Did I miss the airline thing?
I got you. Yeah, everything was the exact same, except for one where on Southwest you can buy like business class and Want to Get Away, which is the cheapest. The Want to Get Away went up by $2. The business class went down by $9.
You said that was going to happen.
I fucking shop airlines all the time. I've never had one. Now, if you cross over that line of 30 days or 20 days, it'll fucking double. But that's all time frame. Or you get in the period of like a week.
That's what happened when I had to go to that funeral. I missed the 20-day.
Or Frontier, what they do is they'll do a certain amount of tickets, or like Southwest, a certain amount of tickets on the plane or Want to Get Away.
Yeah.
Once the Want to Get Away fares are gone,
I
they're
can't
gone.
believe 4K Samsung television. I mean, they may as well just give them away.
How much
We'll
are they?
just give them to you. We'll pay you
I love my new
like
one.
$279, man.
Yeah, but I bought a real TV.
How big?
I don't buy that.
Mark, what are you talking about?
Not just 4K. You want the new? Now I forget the name of it. I'll just look mine up.
With all this hail damage, if you want an estimate, get someone who can estimate all of it, like Genesis Total Exteriors. If you have fences and decks, and you have windows and siding and roofs and everything and outbuildings, he'll put it all on one invoice. He does it all. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Courtney Pierce is with us, and he's unhappy today. He is one gentle giant, except when he gets upset. He's sitting here, and you can say how somber he is. He's the owner of Buy and Build. I've known him for years. And these auctions usually make him giddy. He doesn't mind. He can't lose a lot, can he? Or Kenny. I mean, I would think he's got some of this stuff there that's getting no bids. Now, here's the thing, folks. If you're listening, call your friends. Anyone doing any home improvements or construction, this is open till 1 o'clock. And there are literally buys there. Well, why don't you say, Courtney, what should they bid on? They can get can they still get flooring for 10 cents a foot?
There's tile with no bids on it. There's slate tile, which usually sells
So what's the minimum bid?
10 cents.
10 cents.
A square foot.
Ah, you're going to get taken.
I'm looking right now on a pallet of pedestal sinks sitting at $3.25 for 11 pedestal sinks.
Now, hold on.
He's got a bunch
you're not
of pallets
kidding.
now.
I'm
So
not kidding.
I can literally go on and buy a pallet of sinks for $10 or less, $5.
Yeah, $3.50.
The whole pallet.
Yes.
And then I can sell them on eBay and make a profit.
Absolutely.
Well, he's got all kinds of pallets of stuff. Lighting
but I'm wondering
fixtures,
why the eBayers aren't. No,
electrical supplies.
You could literally make a living on eBay.
While
what
poor
else?
Courtney goes broke.
Tell me what else.
Oh, I'm looking at some laminate flooring right now at 15 cents a square foot. Here's some laminate
Now, give me an idea.
10 cents a square foot.
What would that normally go for? This stuff going for 10 cents?
Well, this stuff's usually about $1.50 a square foot. You're looking at 309 square feet for $30.
Oh my God. Okay, What else? I mean, this is incredible to me.
There's some really amazing deals on
Get
here
your
right
calls in, folks. 303-713-TALK. We have plenty of time to take phone calls, problems, questions, or complaints. 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO, too. Go ahead. What?
Sorry, just saying.
Cabinets. I want to know the best deal on cabinets.
Well, that is on the next page. Give me 1 second. Right. Here we are, cabinets. Right now, I still have an 18-piece set of cabinets at $1,000.
They're still at $1,000. So, did somebody bid that $1,000, or is that a minimum bid?
There's been 28 bids on this lot, and it's only up to $1,000.
All right. So listen, you can get 18 pieces. What color?
This is the Novello shaker, so it's a shaker style, sort of a chocolate color.
That is a beautiful cabinet. It's a solid wood Novella shaker with great that has that beautiful hardware.
Yes.
Does it have the auto close drawers?
This particular one does not, but it does have a wine rack included. It's just a good looking set of cabinets with a lazy Susan.
How many base cabinets?
Looks like 8.
And then 8 uppers?
And 10 uppers.
10. And we're talking about $1,000.
Yeah, and with a lazy Susan alone, retail is $600 or $700.
Do you realize that at Home Depot even those cabinets could be $12,000?
Oh, easily.
Oh my God, people!
You know, we were
Roller ROLLER rollerauction.com, and then look for buy and build. By the way, it closes in 20 minutes. What?
You know, during the break, you were talking TVs. What were you looking at? $500 4K?
No. $279 and stuff.
Yeah, that's just LED. What I was saying is the new stuff is OLED.
What is that?
Well, the main difference is LED. There's one backlight. That,
oh, yeah.
Well, OLED, each
pixel carries
its own deal. Each one illuminates itself.
Right. I know what you mean.
That's the best.
As opposed to illuminating the LEDs through a chip.
Through one. But do you think people like Samsung that come up with OLED technology, do they have to get that patented like anything?
Yes.
But then how do other manufacturers use it? They basically
have to
pay them to use it?
They either do a licensing fee or they alter it.
I wonder if Trenner sets deals up like that.
Now, Mark, here's what Mark says. On existing technology, you're allowed to, if you bought stuff, you can use it in your invention. For example, let's say you bought circuit boards or you bought a bunch of TVs and disassembled them and used their parts. You can do that. If you don't call it a Samsung, but you're marketing something else, or you alter, if you alter a product though, if you trade on that product's name, you can't do that because they own the right to profit on that name. And he gets a lot of these questions. In fact, if you ever need advice, let me just get his number, because whenever I mention him, we always get calls. You call him directly, 720-221-3708. Mark Trenner is an intellectual property attorney. And one of the biggest mistakes, Mark, people make is going full steam ahead on an idea without knowing if it's out there.
Not doing a patent search.
They do a Google search, and they think, well, I haven't found it on Google. But that doesn't mean it's not patented. There are people that purposely patented something, and they keep it secret. They don't want to put it out. And so you think, well, I did Google. I can't find it anywhere. None of my friends have ever heard of it. And they spend thousands of dollars and then figure out, wait a minute, this is a patent a guy got 10 years ago, and he sat on it. And it's not unheard of to do that. So a patent search is necessary. You can't hide your patent. So if you do a patent search, it will be found. But it's not always found on Google. So Mark Trenner, 720-221-3708. So do we have any more examples of saving money? We're also doing our Insurance Help Center. You know, today, if we count all of the cabinets that people bought, the counters or whatever they're buying there, do you have any slabs sailing there? No?
We have granite vanity tops on the vanities, but we do not have slabs separate.
And don't forget all the musical instruments and all the other stuff.
But and we're still taking calls, 303-713-TALK. In fact, if you just want to call and rant, I'll let you have the mic, and we won't interrupt you. Of course, if it's vulgar, I'll disconnect you. We are on the delay. Or if you want to call and do an on-air review of anything, 303-713-TALK. And there is something new I wanted to do, which I was going to wait for, but I do, and that is social media reviews. What I mean is this. You brag about your Facebook page if you want likes. This is only for individuals, not for businesses. If you want likes on your social media or on your Instagram or Twitter and you want to brag about it, we will let you know what we think of it. You give us the link, we go to your Facebook, and we judge you. And then we get likes for you. But hold on. Going back to the auction, if we count all the money people are saving there, all the money we saved on insurance today, I swear to you it'll be $500,000. Right? $500,000. Easy.
Absolutely.
You guys today at Compass Insurance, you're over $100,000 in savings.
Yep.
Because, you know, you're spitting out these 4,000, 5,000, 3,000, 1,000, all of the savings. Plus, we have Buy and Build doing this rollerauction.com. Look for Buy and Build. And it's just extraordinary the amount of money people can save. Now, I ask you this. What moron, and I don't mean to say moron, but what kind of person ever goes and buys cabinets like regular? Like, you know, some of these shops, you walk in and I swear to you, $8,000. No, not 6 or 8, $16,000 or $18,000. Who does that?
Yeah, we get bids all the time from people that go into those shops and then bring them into Buy and Build. And
so what are some of the bids you get?
We remodel. We've taken $14,000 kitchens and sold them a full kitchen cabinet set with granite.
For what?
For like $4,000.
Can you believe that? 10 grand walking in the door saving. But who does it? And then there are people that will buy. You know what I think the biggest ripoff is of all of them? Lighting fixtures.
Yeah.
That to me is the #1 biggest rip, is lighting fixtures. When you go and you take one of these hanging fixtures at a shop, I don't want to name it the place, but it's a big giant place over here on Santa Fe, and I saw some of those for $3,600. Courtney, you had them for like $110.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just because in the lighting stores, they have to have the most modern fashion, and it has to be this year's model. And you come into my store, you're going to see last year's most modern, awesome fixture, and it's going to be a fraction.
Now, Leslie wants to give a review to me. Leslie, we have to take a quick break. I promise you. We will come right back to you. Please hang on. She wants to review me or my advice or something like that. Anyway, we got more coming right up.
This report is brought to you by
$1,000 cabinet set went up 12%.
Oh, just talking about it. Courtney, I emailed 6 people about getting on the auction, and all of them weren't registered. And
Right, so typically when you try to bid on an item, it sends you to a link where you can register.
Yeah, they just need to get registered. Okay.
It doesn't take long, though.
No, but
We shouldn't tell people.
No, they have to put in their credit card.
okay. One of them may not have a credit card.
Actually, well, they don't like you to bid if you can't pay for it.
Yeah.
What's balance the wheels? See, these people that are, I gotta get on Facebook here and see what they're commenting on.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, we get that one, okay, never mind. I get so many comments on our videos, Facebook, I don't know which one. See, when we get comments and they're sent to me, I don't know what they're commenting on. It doesn't give any context. It just gives the comment.
Because you're showing like 4-hour clips of your live show.
Yeah,
so
but I don't even know which show they're commenting on. It
Right.
just says comment on Tom's video. We have so many videos, and they're so.
I'm sure it's all on the Bentley.
So I want to comment on their comment.
It's probably on the Bentley.
I mean, if you like go to your Facebook page and actually look at your videos, I guess maybe you can find their comments.
Seems like it should tell you, though. It should reference which video it is on the notification to you.
One of my daughters, she's a school teacher, so she's not working all summer. She could be doing this.
Also, like so this vessel sink right now, granted it's pink, sitting at $4. I mean, that thing's $150 retail. She could sell it online for $75.
Yeah, she needs to do this. She's
Yeah, I mean,
Those are that's a designer color people would love.
Yeah, I'd call it rose.
I mean,
And you see a lot of that black and fire. That black fire, you see a lot of that lately. That. You see
Yeah, I like that one. That's at $15 right now. And I'm assuming we still have 2 hours left. It's unbelievable. If you were doing homemade faucets, $75. I mean, that's. I sell that faucet.
I'm surprised more contractors
after
don't.
30. That's
Do
$100.
contractors shop a lot with you? They got to.
Oh yeah.
They got to.
Definitely.
I've got to get her.
What are these? Oh, those are the
Those are
bases.
the faucets for the vessels.
And the bases.
But like I sell this with that drain kit, it's $105 at my store. It's at $5.50 right now.
So at rollerauction.com, we're looking at some vessel sinks for $4 and $5. I mean, those sinks are like $300 in some places. You got to when you go to this stupid phone.
Sounds like an ice cream truck.
Is that yours, Tom?
Yes, and it's the noise that comes randomly.
Yeah, only on an iPhone.
We have no idea why.
iPhone.
It comes and it goes, and I have to stop it.
You even had Mikey look at it yesterday.
But yeah, and no message with it, nothing.
Crazy.
Okay, hold on. I just want to say that rollerauction.com, when you go there and then you go to buy and build, and then you try to bid, you have to register, but that's not a big deal. It only takes a few minutes. And you just have to, but you have to register. Now, here's the deal. You only have 10 minutes. It closes at 1. If you're already registered, you can keep bidding if it's tied.
Well, just the first 3 items close at 1. I mean, the cabinets, you still have 2 hours on the cabinet.
Oh, wait a minute. So you can still go on and bid after 1?
Yeah, absolutely. At 1 o'clock, the first 3 items close at 1:01. The next 3 items close. So you have until 3 o'clock before.
So get on there, Leslie. Yeah. Okay, Leslie, what do you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. Friday I called you, and I was looking for replacement for the light in my 2014 Honda Pilot, the highlight at the top, and it was going to cost $700 at a Honda place to get a part and have it installed. Well, you gave me a couple places to call in the Springs, and I called the first one. They didn't have one. The second one, Harris Auto, I believe, they didn't have it, but they said, let me take your number, and they looked around. They said, we'll call you Monday. Monday they called me and said, we found one for $145, and it just has 2
Oh, they were salvage yards.
Excellent.
Yes, sir. Yes. So it saved me $555.
That is wonderful. Now, Suzanne said, in addition to telling us that good news, you have a complaint about something.
Well, yes, I have to rent a car for some damage that was done to my car, and it was my fault. But the prices have gone up because so many people need rental cars.
Supply and demand, the hailstorms.
But when does it become price gouging? Because I rented a car for
Good question.
in Nashville and it was a RAV4, ended up being $205 for 5 days. Well, I was going to rent a car here, and I thought, well, I'll get a RAV4. It was going to cost me almost $600 for the same car.
I thought it would have been more. I don't know. That's a good question. What is price gouging? Really, Leslie, this happens with plywood in Florida during hurricanes. I mean, what is price gouging? It's a good question. It is. And now supply and demand is a tenet of capitalism, but it can also be abusive. There is no real answer. There is no real answer. Now, I will tell you this. If it's a monopoly, you're under way more strict guidelines than if it's not.
Yeah,
and a
like
monopoly,
electricity.
Well, a monopoly, yes. If you own a segment of the market, then you are scrutinized more. But if it's open pricing and everyone raises the price, well then...
During the eclipse, that happened with rental cars for whatever reason.
The theory is there is no gouging. The theory is if you have true free enterprise. There's no gouging because at some point you overprice and people won't buy, and then somebody underprices the rest. But
gouging's like if you're stuck in an airport for some reason, like a big storm, and all of a sudden they start selling the hamburgers for $50.
Yeah, or that
would be an issue.
They raise prices like that, not based on demand, not based on supply, but based on demand. You see, if you have a lot of demand and a lot of supply, some people still raise the price. That, to me, is gouging, in my opinion, because it's not... Now, if you have fewer cars, and that's what's happening with the rentals, they have fewer cars, so they are raising the price, saying, if you want to rent, it's going to be more because we only have a few. But where I think it gets abusive is when arbitrarily... Not arbitrarily, but let's say a big snowstorm, like Mark said, people are stuck at the airport, they have plenty of burgers, but they raise the price just because. That sucks. Eric, you wanted to comment on rental cars. Go ahead.
Hey, Tom. Hey, right now, because of all the hailstorms, there is a extreme shortage in the Denver area for rental cars. And if people have extra cars and want to make some money, there's a service called Turo.
I've heard of it.
T-U-R-O. I know guys right now.
Isn't that like Airbnb with
I'd
cars?
be so nervous doing that.
But I'll tell you what, Mark, I know somebody right now with a 10-year-old Mercedes SUV that's getting $150 a day.
I'll bet. Listen, yeah, let's talk to Brian.
Yeah, I was really trying not to push that button too fast. But yeah, the problem is insurance.
What would happen?
Yeah, you're not covered for that kind of thing.
Yeah, but maybe it's like Uber where they sell them some form of
now that I don't know if they have an umbrella policy that goes over you, but
Eric,
I don't know if they do.
Eric, do you know if they have insurance?
If you rent your car, you can either buy commercial insurance on your own, or Turo will provide you with insurance to cover your car for a fee.
While it's doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I would just be careful to make sure you read what that policy actually is covering, because a commercial policy, you're going to lose your profits on what you're talking about here of the $100 a day. So
now I'm going to tell you something that I think is ingenious if somebody would ever do it. Insurance by the hour. Because you can gouge people. If you prorate it over the year, it would be cost prohibitive. But let's say I have a classic car or a car, and I want to keep it in a garage, and I don't want it insured. And then I want to insure it because I'm going to a car show, or I want to go out Sunday and drive around. I want to insure it for, let's say by the day. Why can't an insurance set themselves up for that, where I log in and log out with GPS, with phones? There should be technology available to know. And the only problem would be if I had previous damage and then I buy insurance for that day. But even with photographs, that day.
Right.
I'm saying the insurance company that does that will have a windfall.
Yeah, it would be difficult to calculate the rate because you are wanting to pay insurance only when the risk is actually there, whereas most insurance, they balance it out because they know there's a certain period of time you're not using it.
Well, but they also balance it out with not every hour you're using it is at risk either. I mean, it is, but it isn't. But here's what I'm saying, Brian. You price accordingly.
Right.
Because I would pay a rate comparable to $20,000 a year if I only had to pay it a few days.
Right.
Do you understand?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you would actually, in the long run, you can charge way more for insurance, but only sell it when people need it.
And I think it's exactly
I'm not saying for everyone. Like, you wouldn't allow it for people who put on too many miles. In other words, it would have to be for very limited situation. They couldn't have... They couldn't do it daily, for example.
Right.
Well, it would be cost prohibitive anyway.
Yeah, because that expense would come up. But, I mean, like collector vehicles, like your example there, you can get a policy for so cheap for those kind of vehicles in the first place.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even different situations where my kid goes off to college and I just
sits there, yeah.
Yeah. Kathy, what did you want to say?
Yeah, so my daughter had hail damage on her truck early in the season last year. Her insurance company recommended that she waited till the
rush.
Yeah, until like in the fall when all the storms are done and stuff for the most part.
And you're right. There is no hurry to get it fixed.
Right, and then rental cars are going to be cheaper, and you don't pay as much deductible for more than one event, and all kinds of stuff like that. It worked out really, really well for her.
You're right as far as for more than one event. I asked a guy, an adjuster, if I keep my car, it has a few dings on it, and I get a few more and a few more, would you ever know it was from different storms? He said no.
Yeah, it's very hard to determine. The point is that what you wouldn't want to do is wait too long, like a year before you do the work. Because
the way I look at it, if I had an exotic car and it got a few dings in it, I would want to wait and put it in it. I'd go hail chasing. I'd go to as many storms as I could because I'd want it totaled.
I feel so lucky that I insure you right now.
What is your comment on park rangers? You got like 20 seconds, Phil.
Yeah, how they the parks are open until 11 o'clock, but they close the bathrooms at 8:30 and have no Santa.
Holy crap, I never thought of that. That's a good one, by the way. Why the heck? We need to look into that. 303-7... Oh, why am I giving out the number? RollerAuction.com. Look for buy and build. And Insurance Help Centers, 303-771-HELP.
Sometimes good people find themselves on the wrong side of the law. The attorneys at Pollard Miller understand how devastating the consequences of a conviction can be. Whether you're dealing with a DUI, drug, or domestic violence charge, you do not want to risk putting your case in the hands of just any Denver criminal defense attorney. Choose Pollard Miller. They are ready to offer aggressive, compassionate defense to help get your life back on track. Call 1-800-808-0012 for a case evaluation.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates. I'm the sales director.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right.
Every nickel on an 800 square foot bunk is a couple $100.
Right.
So
Makes difference.
it's a big deal.
Mark, you gonna show me or let me listen
Yep.
to the deal?
Let's do it, man. Let me kill this damn thing. I
I
wonder why people were
Good.
adamant they
I didn't
changed
try to-
prices if you went from the same.
I know, we had so many of them.
They were so adamant.
Totally.
It just never has happened to me. I'm glad we did the experiment, though.
Happened to me either.
I've actually had it go down before too, because I usually get on my trips early.
Yeah, but on the same, do you think, here's what they were saying, though.
On the
If they logged onto another computer, they'd get the original
I
price.
usually use my work computer, and if I'm 6 months ahead and I look, and then 4 months, 2 months later, it's cheaper sometimes. It's because of the
shoulder blade.
Yeah,
Yes.
supply and demand.
Yes.
It's both ways depending on your time.
We,
No.
These guys are probably talking about buying flights a week before the flight, and each day it gets more expensive.
oh, God, yeah. Ours to Hawaii, we're going
Why don't you
Well, maybe the very
incorporate
last day. I got a little drop again because we're trying to
6 months, and then after I bought it, I checked a couple months ago to see if I screwed the pooch, and I didn't. I got it cheaper 6 months ago than I would have 4
A lot of
months
those people, you can call them too and say, I noticed that flight went down $100. Can you help me out? And they'll credit you.
A lot of it's core, isn't it?
All right, good luck with the auction, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your help, guys, as usual.
And you like the hot yoga?
Yes.
I think I would buy it.
I love it. Even in the summer. Are you staying with Mark?
Yeah, we're gonna
I'll discuss it, but this is a great thing for Stacy to do with her time. Maybe you can help her going with her